Hello, welcome to the Oxventure channel. I'm Mike, joined by Jane, Aoife, and Andy, and today we are playing the Blade Runner role-playing game, specifically the case file Electric Dreams from the new Blade Runner role-playing game starter set, which is available right now. So head to the link in the description to find out more about that, and thank you so much to Free League for sponsoring this video. All right, folks, would you like to, first of all, introduce your characters, all of whom are Blade Runners, aka Replicant Hunters. Let me know, Jane, who's your character?
Today, Mike, I'll be playing Margot Worth, who is a Blade Runner of the Inspector archetype.
Right.
She has been on the force for 16 years.
Wow.
And is subsequently a hard-boiled, hard-bitten detective type.
So
just
hard-boiled, so
trying to make her way in smoggy, rainy, acid-rainy Los Angeles.
Perfect, cool. Aoife,
Nice.
how about you?
I am going to be playing STK 0438, otherwise known as Static.
Nice.
I am a replicant, in case you didn't
Nexus
guess.
9 model, yeah.
Yes, Nexus 9. I'm a Doxy archetype.
Okay.
I've only been in the Force 1 year because I'm only a year old.
Oh.
I'm a baby.
I'm already walking and talking.
But in that time, I've become lead negotiator, interrogator, and manipulator for the Rep Detect unit.
That is one talented baby.
Yes. I am, very, very good at what I do. Very, very serious about it. Not very good at lying, though.
Ah, interesting. Okay, cool. And Andy?
Yeah, I'm JL2780 Purvis. I am an analyst in the department, but I'm hoping to work my way up to investigator. Retire me some replicants, you know. But yeah, I'm ready to get out there and solve some crimes. Am I right? Right, folks?
I've got a great feeling about this guy.
I'm good at forensics, but you know, I'm looking to get in there, mix it up, you know.
Fine, good. All right, well, as we open our adventure, obviously, I think you're all familiar with the LA of 2037. It's May, and it's the typical May rainy season, you know, very similar to the, you know, June, July, August rainy season. The one that goes all the way through to January, February, March and April.
Yeah, got my neon umbrella.
Exactly, yes. LA is swathed in toxic rain pretty much constantly now. All the rich folk have abandoned and headed off to live a new life in the off-world colonies. And the people left over are basically the poor, the impoverished, and cops.
And the cool guys like us, am I right?
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
So as we begin, Margot, you are sitting there with Purvis at a noodle bar reading the newspaper. There you go, your first handout.
Do replicants eat noodles first?
Yeah, I eat noodles.
Okay.
I drink as well, yeah.
Gotta build up my strength, you know?
I mean, obviously I knew that because we've been working together some time now.
Man, I love the taste of food.
That's so convincing.
Yeah.
So you're at the White Dragon noodle bar, having some delicious sustenance and sheltering from the rain, which is, to use an English term, binning it down, basically. Worth having a look at the newspaper, I would say. Margot, what's in the news at the moment?
Headline, Nexus 9 replicant launch. Oh, you'll like this, Purvis. This is pertinent to you. A resounding success, it says.
Well, I mean, take a look at me. I got it all. I do the forensics and soon, investigation.
Right. So as you'll know, the Nexus 9 is a relatively new launch. If you remember the events of 2019 with the death of Eldon Tyrell, that was the Nexus 6 model, somewhat unstable.
Grizzly, what a way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad times.
Not a good time for him. The technology's moved along a lot, basically. The Wallace Corporation is now I guess the steward of replicant technology, having, you know, the Tyrell Corporation has collapsed, and the Wallace Corporation is now the leading edge in sort of replicant technology.
Turn out bad boys like this guy.
Yeah, but there's still.
I'm going to eat some noodles.
Okay, fine.
Cool. Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, go on then. Why not? Let's get a roll in. Why not? The book says to only roll when you need to, but I feel like
this is a very important.
I'm trying to impress Margot. With my noodle eating to show her.
Oh, okay. So this is more of like a manipulation roll.
Yeah, to show her how like ready I am to join her as an investigator.
All right. So
get out of the lab.
Well, I'd like you to roll an empathy manipulation roll, please.
Okay, empathy manipulation.
Is this an opposed roll?
Are you trying not to be impressed by Purvis? Are you actively attempting?
No, it's fine.
All right, fine.
So it's a D10 and a D6.
Okay. What have you got?
That's a 2 and a 7.
Okay, so that's one success. You managed to eat noodles without getting them all over yourself. Brilliant.
I'm quietly, slightly impressed.
Yeah, and as you're staring at Purvis's face, behind him, you can't help but notice that an LAPD spinner is descending into the street. With
Don't look at that. Look at the noodle
cloud of steam and a whooshing sound. It sort of plants itself on the street. And as you well know, spinners are the reserve of cops and very wealthy people. So you don't see a lot of them around. And as the hatch cycled open, Static arrives with some important news from the boss.
Good day.
Hi.
I have an order here issued for by Deputy Chief David Holden. Locate veteran Blade Runner Margot Worth, currently on leave. Bring her in for emergency briefing. Tends to go off the grid when on leave. Can often be found in the streets of Sector 5. Worth might object. No is not an acceptable answer.
And also Purvis.
Yes.
Purvis was not mentioned.
But you can come
Purvis
along
is
as well.
superfluous.
Also,
superfluous.
Up and coming Blade Runner Purvis is there. Bring him in. I can see the text goes for longer.
Well, I am on leave, and of course we met for lunch on my leave because why did we meet for lunch?
I wanted to show you my noodle eating
Are those
technique.
noodles? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I eat. You want to check this out? I would like to eat noodles again.
My technique is nowhere near as good as that.
Yeah.
Do you want to attempt it?
I can attempt it.
All right. I'm going to need another empathy manipulation.
I mean, it's
roll,
pretty.
please.
I've been practicing a lot over the last few months. I don't think you're just gonna get it straight away. Okay.
What's the A?
I've come to trust and respect replicants, but today, not so sure.
You're attempting to impress people with your noodle technique. That's a single success.
Yeah.
Again, you also managed to find the way to
Delicious protein.
These replicant nines, what can't they do?
Beans, that took me months to learn. Oh, jeez.
All right.
All right, Holden,
Come on,
is it?
Purvis, hold it together.
Yeah, Holden wants to see you in the tower.
Holden
which
wants
is the
to
LAPD.
see us in the tower, Margot. Both of us.
I guess we've got no choice if it's Holden.
We're the same.
I have been told no is not an acceptable answer, so I'm going to have to insist.
I'm not sure if Holden was expecting you to tell them that. No, but that's, I like the lack of artifice.
I am not.
Yeah.
I am not capable of lying.
Oh, right, okay. Well, there you go.
Well, Margot, it seems like they wanted the two best agents out there, and it looks like they got them. It's you and me, Purvis and Margot together, working the case. Let's go.
And also me.
And also Static is here. There's the three replicant musketeers.
I owe Holden a favour, so
All right, fine. You all getting in the
Let's go.
spinner?
he's going to
go.
pay for
Yes,
this, though. I am
alright.
on leave.
I'm just gonna check my
anyone
FKM
paid for those
890
noodles?
blaster. I'll be like, oh yeah, it's ready to retire some freaking replicants with it.
How do you respond to this?
I'm going to slowly pay for the noodles and back away.
Yeah, time to.
Purvis, don't let me write you up for whatever it is you're doing right now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The trip to the tower, which is the LAPD headquarters, is brief but spectacular. Obviously, the entirety of LA is laid out beneath you.
It's a big billboard of a Japanese lady.
There's a big billboard of a Japanese lady eating a tablet. There's Atari logos everywhere, implausibly.
Well, as we all know, Atari is the only games left here in the present.
That's a brand I identify with.
So you fly through towards the tower, which is the enormous, almost sentinel-like structure above LA. You're gonna head into the office, and I would assume head straight to Deputy Chief Holden's office. Now you remember that Holden, after that terrible incident in 2019, has synthetic lungs, and you wouldn't really have thought then that he would have continued smoking, and yet, when you arrive in his office, there is a cigarette butt just burning out in the ashtray. As with all places in Blade Runner, there's a big ceiling fan. That's how this thing works. And Holden's sitting behind his desk, breathing through his synthetic lungs, which give him a sort of a slightly raspy tone, I would say.
They're not visible, they're not external.
No, but he's, that's his,
Okay.
that's how he's breathing,
Got it.
basically. You'll have known from the sort of office scuttlebutt that it was Leon Kowalski, the replicant who shot him in the chest during a Voight-Kampf test back in the day. And
real mad about turtles.
yeah, real mad about turtles, indeed. And it's resulted in, I guess, a life job at the LAPD. They probably feel like he'd probably take some sort of legal action if he was booted to that job. So he's now the deputy chief, and he's in the office, and he sort of motions to you to sit down.
Well, we're here, Holden. The 2 best Blade Runners.
Oh, you're here.
3
as well.
best.
3 best Blade Runners.
Thank you.
Right. Well, I suppose you ought to be
Here to solve the
involved in this
case.
as well, then. Yeah. More
I'm on leave,
manpower.
Holden. Make this quick.
All right, sit down. So we've got an urgent situation. Last night there was a shooting in Sector 1 in a sordid place called the Snake Pit on Nightclub Row.
Know it
I don't
well.
know if any of you are familiar with that. Okay.
Will
Duly
there be
noted.
snakes?
So 2
Making
Nexus
meticulous notes. Sorry. The Snake Pit on what
Nightclub Row.
Nightclub Row, okay.
in Sector 1.
I wonder what's on Nightclub Row.
Nightclub Row in Sector 1. Sector
This sounds like
Could you not have brought a dictaphone?
1.
I think he is a dictaphone.
Margot sometimes writes notes, so I thought I'd write
Okay,
notes.
right.
I'm trying to be like her.
This sounds like a job for the grunts, the non-rep detect types.
Not exactly. It's a little more complicated than that because 2 Nexus 9 Blade Runners were involved in an incident. Their codenames are Leah and Sandor. Maybe you've seen them around the office. Anyway, Sandor has been shot dead and Leah is missing. We have no idea where she
2
is.
Blade Runners, you mean?
2 Blade Runners.
Oh, wow.
2 of our own.
Not everyone's cut out to be a Blade Runner.
Did they know they were Nexus 9?
I am, though.
I mean, that's not information I'm party to. I assume so. Nexus 9 Blade Runners would tend towards knowing, who they are and what their role is. But I don't know the details. I do have some evidence. So here are the database records for Sandor and Leah. So they were at the Snake Pit to investigate some suspected Nexus 8 activity, but we don't know what triggered the shooting exactly. According to local cops at the scene, witnesses said there were some human supremacist jerks in the Snake Pit last night. I don't know, maybe that had something to do with it. We just don't know. I guess we'll read about it all in that tabloid Kill tomorrow. But you need to figure this out and fast, right? I have the brass breathing down my neck on this, and as you know, Nexus 9 replicants were only just approved for use on Earth last year. So mistrust against reps is running high. If someone out there is killing and kidnapping Nexus 9s, we need to find them and stop them fast.
You said it could have been human supremacists,
They were apparently present at the scene. I don't
But
have any
there's-
more details.
but there's no way they could have known they were Nexus 9 without them telling them they were Nexus 9.
I guess not. I have no details other than what I'm giving you right now. So, we've also got the Wallace Corporation. They're pushing us pretty hard on this stuff. Their business depends on the Nexus 9s. And if anything jeopardizes that, they are going to be pissed. It's going to represent a major blow to their bottom line. They're letting us run the investigation, but they've offered their assistance, right? Their PR manager, Quell, is expecting you at Wallace Corp HQ to tell you more about Leah. Play nice with them. I mean it.
Purvis at this point feels like he needs to ask an intelligent-sounding question.
Go for it.
So it was a shooting, huh?
Apparently so, yeah. There was a shooting.
That's where they get killed with a firearm.
Correct, yes. Sandor was shot in the chest.
Unless it was a crossbow.
Yeah, I guess that is a possibility. Damn it. Damn it,
Look,
Purvis.
we're wasting time here. We're on the clock, okay? You can play this any way you like. You can split up, cover more ground if you need to. I don't care as long as you get results and fast.
All right.
So you have the full resources of Rep Detect at your disposal. Sandor's body is being processed down in the crime lab. You can check the LAPD mainframe if you need personnel files on Sandor and Leah and any ESPA footage of the Snake Pit, right? So security footage. I don't know, maybe you'll get lucky. So I've uploaded to your KIA, your organizer thing, all the relevant information that we've got so far. Go out there, find out what's going on.
Well, this is exciting.
It's as good as solved, Chief.
Glad to hear it,
Purvis is on the case, and also
Right.
these folks.
But you're going to be there as well.
Yeah, you owe
Good.
me.
And also Purvis.
Remember you owe me though.
Okay, right, whatever. Look, we
Let's
just
do
need to
my
get this
damn
clear.
holidays.
Wallace Core, they're really on my case, okay? So I need this sorted.
Right, we need to go to talk to Wallace, PR. We need to go to the snake pit.
Check the security
Check the
footage.
security footage.
If I solve
There's a
this
corpse
case, I could maybe
in the-
get...
I do enjoy looking
investigator,
at
huh?
corpses.
There's a replicant course in the basement.
Correct, it's Sandor's corpse, yeah, it's been processed in the crime lab.
I mean, you're an analyst.
Yeah,
Is that the kind of analysis you do,
I'm a
Curtis?
forensic analyst.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want my advice? I wouldn't leave Wallace hanging around for too long.
We get it. He's important.
Yeah. And I don't know, call me old-fashioned, but I feel like attending the crime scene at some point might make sense.
Wow.
Anyway, you're dismissed.
Sure.
I've been on this force for a year. I know how to do my job.
Yeah.
My whole life.
And when we solve the case, I'll get promoted to investigator, right? That's how...
We'll see.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go.
All right. Well, not that we're not having a lovely
Sarcasm
time
detected.
as a team. I propose we go our separate ways.
What?
Purvis, Static,
Oh, jeez.
and I'm going to go deal with Wallace
Fine.
because my boss told me to. And that's how you play the game on the force.
All right.
Are you going to go look at the corpse?
I kind of was shadowing Margot so I could learn how to do the job.
Can I look at the corpse?
I guess, yeah, let's go look at the corpse then.
All right, fine.
Okay, corpse.
I'll meet you at the snake pit. How's
yeah,
that?
okay, we'll meet at the-
the crime
okay.
scene.
Okay.
Okay, what if I had how do I shoot someone if it happens?
You won't need to shoot anyone. You're going to the morgue.
Okay, they're already dead in the morgue.
Holster that.
Okay,
From this point onwards, a countdown begins, and certain events are going to happen at certain times. So it is in your interest to wrap this up sooner rather than later. You're on day one, it's the morning. This is the first shift of the investigation. So you have whatever you want to do. So you're splitting up. One of you is going to Wallace HQ, the other is going to the crime lab. And are you joining Static in the crime lab? Is that?
yeah, I'm a forensic investigator.
Fine.
So
Fine. Well, let's start with Wallace, right? Let's go over to Wallace HQ. So you're going to jump in the spinner.
Yes, please.
Head over to Wallace HQ.
What does it look like?
Oh, just an enormous,
yeah.
like cathedral to, wealth and power and
ceiling fans.
ceiling fans, just ceiling fans for days. You can imagine it's enormous. You'll sort of come into a kind of elevated parking garage.
Park the spinner.
Yeah, park the spinner. Hop out. You'll be led by a person whose name probably isn't even worth asking because
I don't.
you're being escorted quite briskly to the office of a character called Quell.
All right.
This is a picture of Quell.
Okay.
And she is
Yes.
Wallace Core's VP of Public Relations.
Oh, is she important?
Yeah, she's pretty important.
Okay.
She's got a cut glass accent and welcomes you into the office, gestures to a rather comfortable looking chair. It's one of those offices that's so enormous that this chair is, there's a couple of sofas in the middle and the desk is like
She's
way
over there
over there.
somewhere. Okay.
But she gestures for you to sit down and says, welcome, thank you for taking the time. Obviously, this is a horrible situation. We're at a pivotal moment with the reintroduction of replicants with the new Nexus 9 model to Earth. It's very, very important to us that these things are handled swiftly and cleanly and
Well, I mean to
discreetly.
handle this swiftly, but I could handle it more swiftly if I was at the crime scene right now. So why have I been summoned here to?
Yes. Holden mentioned you were a bit of a character. I think
Take it
basically
up with him later.
my interest is just getting ahead of what your plans are for the investigation. We're not in charge of this at all. But
No, with respect, Miss Quell, you're a civilian, and this is a police operation.
Yes, but as you well know, the relationship between Wallace Core and the LAPD is a long-standing and cooperative one. So, let's keep it that way, okay? Deputy Chief Holden's pledged full disclosure. He's very interested. Yeah, he's very interested in ensuring that we're just kept abreast of what's going on.
Okay, well, I've got nothing to disclose yet because I came straight here as instructed. Is there anything you can help me with, Ms. Quell?
Well, we have some information on Leah, if you're interested, in the Nexus 9, who is missing. We had some concerns. She failed a couple of baseline tests recently and was brought to Wallace for recalibration. But this is entirely standard procedure. Tens of millions of these Nexus 9s are being produced, and minor malfunctions are always likely to happen. So we like to stay across that. So I'm sure it had nothing to do with her disappearance, but I just thought, actually this is just information that I thought I'd share.
She was a combat replicant.
She was a Blade Runner, one of your own. Yes,
but her function, as according to the files from Holden, says her function was combat and recon.
Yes.
So she's potentially a very
she's a
dangerous and powerful replicant.
Dangerous and powerful, such strong words.
But we presume she's been taken against her will.
I wouldn't like to presume anything really, but what I would say is that I heard through my own contacts that there was the presence of a human supremacist group there.
Yes, we've heard.
So I would be surprised if that didn't play into this in some way. I would maybe start with that. There's a lot of people who, for one reason or another, still have a problem with replicants, and we're keen to smooth that over, obviously.
Okay.
That's probably where I would start.
Is it?
Yes, yeah. I'm making a recommendation.
My sarcasm bounces off. Ms. Quell. All right.
Yeah, right off the cheekbones, pretty much. Yeah, probably.
Well, if that'll be all, Ms. Quell, I'll be taking my leave and going to the actual crime scene.
I think that's a very good idea. I really feel like, the role of Blade Runner, it's time limited, isn't it? Really, once the public accepts the Nexus 9s, this new, safer, more trustworthy breed of replicant, we won't need Blade Runners.
So you're going to put me out of a job?
Well, all I'm saying is let's not hurry that process along.
I leave. Huffily.
Fine, good. All right, let's cut to the crime lab where you two are hanging out.
Well, this is where I spend literally every day of my life. This is where I work.
Here's your
You
boss.
love it, yes, you love it.
I'm gonna walk up to the others and be like, "Hey, fellas, I'm on an investigation today."
Static doesn't skip, but if she did, she'd be skipping towards the morgue. She's very excited about this.
My co-investigator, Static, and we're gonna be investigating the corpse for big blade running crime.
Okay, well, you are introduced to Coco.
I am unmoved to meet you.
Yeah.
Hey, Coco.
This is
Good to see you again.
Coco's the chap in charge of autopsies, and he's there to help you out. Yeah, I know, real.
Please show us the corpses.
Let's just say I might not be down here very much longer, Coco.
Okay.
Because to solve this case, get bumped up to investigator, have all kinds of adventures.
That is unlikely.
He says,
it's not bad.
yes,
unlikely.
I can see you were made for the streets.
That's right.
But yes.
He isn't. He will get eaten alive.
With the no filter on this one. Okay.
Can I presume you're here to see the body of Sandor?
I would love to see the body of Sandor. We're going to investigate. I'm going to do some crime investigation.
Okay, fine.
Watch and learn, Static. This is how it's done.
Okay,
I
so
already am well versed in
he
looking at
sweeps in-
corpses.
he sweeps into the morgue, which is a
nothing to say.
heavily refrigerated area. But as replicants, you don't feel the cold in the same way as a human would. And he strides over to the slab where there is the corpse of a guy you will recognise from around the office. Maybe you saw him in passing in the queue for the coffee machine. It's Sandor, and he is on the slab, and there is a large space in his chest where normally there'd be, solidness, essentially.
Okay, I can see the problem. I mean, first of all,
I'm going to go up and look very intently and very closely at Sandor.
yeah, you see the problem is here in the chest.
Oh, yes.
Coco's
There
watching
should be
you.
something in there.
Just
We've cracked
letting
the
you
case.
maybe, exhaust your own abilities.
This is good storage space.
You just,
Do you want to like properly investigate
Yes,
this
yes.
with a medical aid roll?
Yes.
You can choose who of you has the better
You will.
stats in terms of investigations and forensics.
Okay.
Yeah, so medical aid is an intelligence attribute. So roll your intelligence die and your medical aid die.
7 and a 4.
Nice, so that's a success. You're looking at the hole in his chest and it is fairly sizable. This was not just a little pea shooter.
That's right. It's dangerous out there on those streets.
And as you sort of inspect the wound more, you see that the exit wound is enormous. It's sort of ballooned outwards essentially. You can see this through the chest cavity. So this is fairly extreme. And I think from your knowledge of forensics, this guy was hit with a high caliber weapon and it was fairly close range. This was not someone on the other side of the club taking a pot shot. This was really close range, chest shot. The bullet went straight through. And there is it's quite clear that the bullet has passed entirely through Sanders' chest. There is no sign of it whatsoever, essentially.
Okay, is this like an unusually large caliber of weapon for someone to be carrying?
Yes, yeah, I would say so. Can you do me a tech intelligence roll?
Sure can.
I think tech is probably the closest.
It's a 1 and a 4.
Aww.
Okay. All you can really tell from this is it's a high caliber weapon.
It's a really big hole.
Yeah, really big hole.
Damn, that's a big hole.
More aerodynamic
Nice.
that way.
Okay. Diagnosis: dead of hole.
Right.
Dead of hole.
Dead of hole.
We're really good at this.
Comes for us all one day.
And Coco says, yeah, that pretty much tallies with my understanding of the situation.
Is there anything else?
Dead of hole, large caliber weapon.
Anything else about the body that's interesting? The
Nothing
face?
out of the ordinary, barring the giant hole in the chest. Sanders, otherwise completely intact. Nexus 9 replicant body is fine. It's just the gaping hole in
They
his.
say that the eyeball of a murder victim shows the last image that was captured. I put my face right up close to his eyes.
Coco says, please don't kiss the corpse.
I'm not. After the talk we had, I am no longer kissing the corpse. Okay.
Okay.
I did not agree to such conditions.
Coco's like, that's all I've got at this early stage. The crime was very recent, so I'll let you know if anything else comes up. But for the moment, that's what we've got.
Okay.
Cool. So that will take us to the end of the first shift of your day. Essentially, you can work for 3 shifts in a row, but you will need some downtime on the 4th shift. Otherwise, you start taking stress, essentially. So it's now the afternoon of day 1. You are free to reconvene. Is that the plan? Are you
I'm going to be heading to the snake pit.
Yeah.
head to the snake pit? Fine. So yeah, do you want to share any information that you've received so far?
Can I make a couple of calls on the way to the snake pit while I'm in my sleep?
Yeah, I think
Can I do that?
that's allowed.
Can I
Yeah,
do
who
things
you gonna,
en route?
who you gonna call?
Well, first of all, I'd like to call Static and Purvis and
Yeah.
So what's the situation with the corpse? What do we know?
Dead of hole.
Good.
There was a really big hole.
Oh man, so big.
There was no surviving that.
Couldn't have believed the size of this hole.
Any leads on the perp?
The hole was big.
Big hole.
So
Which I suspect means big gun.
Big gun.
Big
Okay,
gun.
I can work with that. I'd like to make a second call to my criminal informant friend.
Oh, yeah, okay.
To a CI, which I believe is a connections role.
Yes, it will be. Yeah.
My CI, my criminal informant, who is an insider in the human supremacy.
confidential informant.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, did I say criminal informant? He is a criminal.
Okay. Fine.
But I mean confidential informant.
Yeah, so if you want to make your connections roll, that's an empathy connections roll. So
okay,
you
cool.
roll a die for empathy and a die
All right,
for
well, I have not much empathy, average empathy, but very good connections. So I'm going to take a D12 and I'm going to take for C, it's a D8. Yeah, there we go.
How good are your connections? That's a success.
Okay, that's
Nice.
a 1 success. Thanks to my connections.
So what are you asking your contact?
Well, I described the victim and the crime scene.
Yep.
hole.
And the big hole caused by a
Important.
big gun.
Yep.
And say, does this sound like anything you've
like-
heard about?
Yeah, I heard about the incident.
Big
Yeah.
hole. Bigger hole.
I've
Yeah.
patched them through, so it's
Right
like
in
a,
the chest.
It's like a 4-way conversation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
right in the chest.
There was
Sorry,
performance. It was amazing.
Yeah, I heard about
But
it.
what's
Yeah.
the word on the street? Who did this?
No one knows who did it. You're right about there were a sort of human supremacist group there. I heard there was a bit of a disturbance before the shooting, and that guy whose name I can't remember, but the guy who's the publisher of Kill magazine, that tabloid, he's connected with those guys, and apparently he was there.
Rag. Okay.
Yeah, that rag. So I don't know. He may know something, but I can't recall his name. Cool.
All right, thanks. Keep your head down.
No worries. You guys roughly arrive at the same sort of time. Your two spinners touch down almost in synchronization. The first thing you're sort of presented with is there's a bit of a hubbub around the snake pit. This word travels fast in this part of the city, and people have heard about the shooting and are sort of gathering around the police line. And there's a kind of quite tired, sort of frazzled-looking beat cop trying to keep them in check.
Stand aside! Blade Runner's coming through!
One thing that you do know is that there is one person who sticks out to you, partly because they're enormously tall, but also because of their sort of extremely fair colouring, essentially. Sort of standing almost impassive, watching the scene, but not really engaged in conversation with anyone else, just kind of observing the scene. The police line is there. Obviously, as cops, you can cross that police line. But this is the Snake Pit. This is the nightclub on Nightclub Row where the shooting occurred.
I'd like to go straight up to the worn-looking beat cop and go, hello, I am STK0438. You may call me Static. We are here to investigate the shooting that happened. Could you please guide me towards where the Esper footage would be stored here?
Sure. Well, I will. I'll let you in. I mean, you can talk to the club owner. He's been reasonably cooperative, although I think he's kind of getting a little antsy because they have
ants?
No, it's a figure of speech. He's getting a bit nervous and anxious about.
Not surprised, all the ants around.
Yes, right. I forgot what it's like to deal with replicants. We don't really have so many of them on the on our part of the force.
So you want someone to put the screws to this club owner, huh? Not a problem.
So you guys are welcome to cross. I just need to see your badges. You have them, right?
Just gonna...
You taking witness statements?
We have been told to hold off. Apparently, it's a very
Taken witness statements.
apparently it's a very sensitive crime scene. There are.
Tell me, I have to
factors...
take the witness statements.
Is that not part of your job?
Oh, it's beat cop work. And then I get them from fine. It's fine.
You listen to me, you piece of trash. We won't be doing any beat cop work today. We're detective Blade Runner investigators.
That was very good, very forceful.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
Go and detective and investigate in there then. I'm going to look after this crowd and make sure no one makes a run for the crime scene.
Thank you very much, you piece of trash.
Wow. The pale individual you mentioned.
Yes.
I would like to take a witness statement. I would like to approach.
You'd like to go and talk to that person?
Yeah. See if they've seen anything since they're so stand out.
Yeah,
I'm going to go inside and talk to the club owner.
I'm going to stay nearby in case this pale individual tries to move.
Okay, fine. So you're heading into the snake pit. You are going to talk to the tall guy, whose name is... Well, he'll tell you his name.
Okay.
His name is Styles.
Oh boy.
Harry?
You're approaching him in the crowd.
You there, sir.
Hi. Can I help you?
Yes, what did you see today? I'd like to take your statement. I showed my badge, introduce myself.
I was actually, I was in the club when it happened.
Really?
Yeah. It was a real messy situation. There was this dancer. She's an N9, and she was being bothered by these, human supremacist jerk guys. Yeah, real nasty. So they started jeering at her and throwing bottles and things like that, and I just sort of I sort of stepped in to kind of try and diffuse the situation, and then there was this scuffle and I was facing the other way, and all of a sudden there was a gunshot, and by the time I looked round there's a guy hitting the deck. And he was dead. So
can you describe these individuals, these supremacists?
The guy I saw was. Are you familiar with Kill magazine?
Yes.
The tabloid.
Rag.
Yeah, that rag. So that guy Gel Shilar.
Okay.
You familiar with him?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the publisher of the magazine.
He was there.
He was definitely there. You know,
He was bothering this dancer.
He runs in those circles. I don't know if he was directly bothered, but he was in the group.
He's in the mix. Okay.
He's a real nasty piece of work. I don't agree with his politics, and
I'm going to attempt to pop my collar threateningly
okay.
and just ask, so you attempted to altercate, but then you were facing the other way?
Yeah, so I was trying to deal with this situation, and behind me the gunshot rang out, and
What did you say to deal with this situation?
I just had to step in. These guys are real jerks. They were harassing a woman, a replicant
These are
woman.
conveniently vague statements. What did you say?
Oh, I just said, hey, knock it off, and then they got real aggressive and started getting up in my face, and then there were a few punches thrown, maybe, but it's not reasonable behavior. We have to be understanding and sympathetic.
Who's the dancer, Styles?
I don't know her, but the club owner guy, Taffy, I think his name is, he'll know.
All right, well, don't leave town.
Okay.
Not that you can. It's just over in Nightmare City.
Who has money for a trip to the off-world colonies? Not me.
Don't leave the planet.
Meanwhile, Purvis is indoors, and this is the scene you're presented with.
Oh man.
There is also, standing by the bar and looking kind of antsy, is this guy, Taffy Lewis.
Taffy Lewis.
Nightclub impresario type. He's standing behind the bar and he just looks kind of pissed off.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the bar.
Okay.
Give me a wise guy.
We're not serving drinks at the moment. You've probably noticed the club isn't open.
So you won't give me a wise guy?
No.
Okay.
Can I help you?
If I want a wise guy.
Then I can't help you.
Well, please, it will look cool.
Roll me a empathy manipulation.
Okay. Is that how it's pronounced, by the way, wise guy? I've only ever seen it written down.
That's how it's pronounced.
Okay, cool. Hey, that's a 10 and a 9. That's 3 successes.
Dang.
He makes you the best blind guy you've ever seen. Okay, and he does it almost without thinking. He's been in this game for so long. He just throws it together and it's in your hand before you even know it.
Now listen to me, you piece of trash.
Great start.
What happened here in your club? There's blood all over the floor. I saw a guy in the morgue. He had a big hole.
Yeah. Well,
Flash my badge.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. I mean, there was an altercation. It was a big hoo-ha, and then some guy got shot. What do you want me to tell you? You guys know this.
Big hoo-ha. I'm writing this down. And who is this big hoo-ha character? Some kind of local tough?
It was a brawl. All right. I didn't want to use the word, but it was a brawl. But these things happen. We're a nightclub. This is LA. These things happen from time to time.
So how'd the mirror get broke?
How do you think?
I don't know. Someone looked in it and they were ugly and it.
Did you say you're with the? Could you show me that badge again? He checks to see whether it's plastic.
Well, I'm usually on forensics, but I'm hoping to make my way up to investigator.
You
with a big win on this case.
What do you want to know?
You got the Esper footage from?
We don't keep it locally. It's centrally managed by the LEPD. So.
Can I look around and see where the cameras are positioned?
Yeah, there's definitely a camera here in the club.
Would it have had a good view of what happened?
It seems unlikely. It's pointed more towards the door, so I guess to see people, leaving.
Okay, the others are presumably coming in to join me.
Yeah, I mean, if they're done with, if you guys want to head in,
We're straight into the empty club. Right over to the big blood stain smeared across the dance floor.
Oh, yeah.
Margot, I have a lead. We're looking for a big hoo-ha.
Yep.
Some kind of tough.
What is hoo-ha?
I nod to Taffy over by the bar because we've met before.
He nods back. Yeah.
Can I sort of investigate the big blood smear on the floor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get a closer look.
Yeah.
All right.
You can take a sample.
Yeah, sure. I take out a sample kit, and I mean, we know whose blood it is, presumably, but I suppose there could be more than one person's.
You won't be able to analyze it here.
No.
On the.
Can I glean anything from the blood spatter? Any clues?
There's a spray out in the direction of the mirror. and then a pooling where clearly as Sando hit the deck, then, just blood pumped out of the gaping wound in his back.
That sounds consistent with what we were told.
Is there anything noteworthy about anything else about the crime scene, like the mirror? Is there anything around
Can I
there?
investigate the mirror?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need an investigation check, which would be, I would say, observation, which is an intelligence check.
I would like to help with this.
Okay.
Well, I had my base die for the skill to Aoife's roll, I think.
Okay.
An 11.
So that's a critical success. You head over to the mirror, and obviously it's, as you can see from the image, completely shattered, and there is a central point in where the mirror is shattered, essentially. So you can kind of pick. I mean, this is probably against protocol, but you actually pick a couple of shards of glass away. So you find a bullet embedded in the wall behind the mirror. It's sitting there. You can take it as evidence.
This looks like it would have caused a big hole from a big gun.
Big hole maker bullet. Looks like a clue. Looks like a clue,
Purvis.
Margot. I'm gonna bag it up for evidence. Okay, I'm doing it now. Okay.
Good lad.
Yep.
Can I discern the caliber from just looking at it?
Because it's thumped into the wall and is fairly deformed, you're probably going to want to take it to the crime lab to get that stuff confirmed. You've found the bullet at the very least, and you've bagged it up as evidence. That's useful stuff.
Can I approach Taffy?
Sure. Yeah.
I hear you have ants.
There are a lot of problems in this club, and ants are the least of them.
What do you remember from the incident?
I told your buddy here. It was a brawl, essentially. The sort that happens in nightclubs from time to time. A lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, and then someone got shot. But it happens.
The people who were involved, had you seen them before?
There are a few regulars, a few faces I hadn't seen before. I wouldn't want to point the finger at anyone in case it's a false accusation. But
Who was the dancer, Taffy?
Iris, she's one of our regular dancers.
Oh
Yeah.
Is she around?
Yeah, she's at the back. You can talk to her.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Thanks very much, you piece of trash.
Anyway, that's all I really know.
Alright.
People started, as soon as the shot rang out, people
Alright.
fled. There was a lot of confusion. Smoke
All right.
cleared.
If we find out you're
Dead body.
protecting some human supremacist customers, Taffy,
Yeah,
we'll shut this place down. We'll have
Hey.
your license.
that's right. We'll shut you down. Gun-wise.
I don't ask people their
cannot
politics
harm
before they come through the door. What can I say?
All right. We head backstage to
Yep.
meet Iris, the dancer.
All right. Yeah.
Don't leave town.
This is. Where am I going to go? There's Iris. That's what she looks like. She's smoking. She looks pretty freaked out, actually, to be honest. Like, obviously, the events of the shooting were pretty terrifying.
All right, Iris, you've had a rough night.
Okay.
We won't keep you longer than we have to.
Yeah.
But we need the story in your words.
Okay. Well, there was a bunch of guys, and they were cheering at me and throwing things, and I didn't really know how to react. And then this pale guy, kind of tall, he sort of stepped in to try and deal with the situation, but things escalated, and it became a fist fight, and then before I knew it, there was a gunshot ringing out, and that's all I knew really. And then people rushed out, and there was a guy dead on the floor.
Did you see a gun?
I don't really know guns. I didn't see a shooter. And
Do you recognize this woman?
I saw her in the club. They were just by the bar.
Was she involved in the altercation?
Not really.
What about this guy? Wait, no, he's dead. No, you don't want to.
He was with her.
Picture him with a big hole in his chest.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, this photo is pre-hole.
Okay. I'm glad it's from the neck up. Yeah.
Could you describe the customers who were troubling you to a sketch artist? Or whatever we use a sketch artist here in the near future.
It's difficult to remember. There were so many of them.
Here in the current present.
There was a big group. I don't know. I couldn't remember their faces. I panicked a bit.
Could you point them out in a lineup? I believe in you, Iris.
Maybe one or or two.
All right, don't leave town.
It's difficult to know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Iris is very nervous.
What model are you, Iris?
I'm an Nexus 9.
Then you are telling the truth.
You can, as a note, if you have good insight, you can roll to see whether people are
Yes, I would like to roll.
are telling the truth. All right, cool. Well, that is an empathy insight check.
How empathetic are you?
Very. 14.
Oof.
So that's a success. Yeah, she's being honest from what you can tell. All the stuff she's told you so far seems legit.
Do you happen to know, what's his name? Gel, the publisher behind Kill magazine?
I don't
know him?
of him, but I've heard he comes to the club, but I don't know him by his face.
Okay.
Yeah, I that's all I know really.
All right. Any further questions, Purvis? Static.
No. Don't leave town.
Correct.
Don't leave town.
Do something about
Learning
the ants.
fast.
I wish I could, but it doesn't look likely.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
All right, we need to
Piece
get
of
the
trash.
samples to a crime lab. We've got blood.
Yes.
We suspect it's from the dead guy.
Yeah.
But
I've got a bullet.
there
Gather some of it
could
up.
be more blood. We've got a bullet.
Fine.
Well, let me take this bullet back to the lab and see if there's any if it's unique or has any identifying marks on it.
All right,
And then-
take this. Here you go. I'm passing you the blood
Okay.
sample. Take
All right,
that
I'll
too.
do a good job.
What should we collect the blood in?
I've got a sample.
Just
Get-
scooped it up.
Yeah,
Just
a little vial.
just
or
running
something.
back to the
a
LAPD.
swab and a vial.
Oh, it's leaking out. Oh, beans.
Take his handful of blood back to the crime lab for me.
Is that where you're heading next? What's the plan?
Do you have
I'd like
any-
to go.
Well, actually, let's just say, if you're leaving, are you leaving the club? Is that or do you have anything else you want to cover off while you're here?
I take Styles' details.
Right,
we need
he's-
to get in
he's
touch with him. He's still outside.
He's still waiting outside. Yeah. He seems happy to help. He seems keen to help you out.
Okay. Well, we've got his contact information.
We've got the bullets. We've got some blood.
I think we need to seek out the publisher of.
Yeah. Well, you
Kill.
can head down there, and I'll go and
Okay.
get some details on this.
Yeah, there's a map, right? Where's the map?
There is a gigantic
I
map
see
here.
where I'm going.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
I'm sure it's on here somewhere.
Just in the back of the spinner. Just
Is he in Magazine Mile? Yeah.
Probably.
I feel like he's in Magazine Mile if he's in his workplace.
Yeah.
All right, I go to Magazine Mile.
All right. Cool. Let's
Far
cover off
West LA.
Let's cover off the crime lab first.
Correct.
So.
Hey, Coco, I'm back. Investigation's going pretty well. So don't expect
cool.
to see me back here very often.
Fine.
In my own office.
Okay. Good to see you again. Hey.
Oh, we should have the Esper footage as well. That's
Right.
Oh, yes.
Where's that? It's in
That's
I'll go
again-
and get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. You go to the LAPD mainframe. You can get access to.
I can
to
look that up while I'm in the building.
Yeah. So Coco's there again. Hi. You're back. What have you got for me?
Yeah. Well, don't expect me to be here too long, you piece of trash. I got the blood here.
Okay.
We need in the baggie,
Fine. We can analyze that pretty quickly.
and I got the murder bullet.
The murder bullet. Okay. Yeah. Let me take a look at that. He takes the
So
evidence.
yeah, if you could have a look at that and sort of tell me if it's got any identifying marks or if it's unique in any
zoom in
way.
hands.
Yeah, he takes the bullet. He seems more interested in the bullet than the blood. He takes the bullet and
I did carry the blood all this way.
we'll look at it in due time.
Okay.
He takes a look at the bullet and he identifies that it's first of all that it's got Sanders' DNA on it. So there is some blood. The bullet has collected some blood on its route through Sanders' chest, and so he analyzes that. It's got his DNA on it, but also it's a pretty rare bullet by sort of by Earth standards, I suppose, insofar as it is a caseless 44 caliber bullet. And this type of ammo, you might find it in other places, but predominantly it's used in the PKD 5223 blaster, which is standard issue for Blade Runners. This bullet looks like it came from a Blade Runner's gun.
Well, there was one other Blade Runner there that night.
Yeah, and then he runs the blood through the thing and says, "It's Sanders' blood." What were you expecting?
Oh, I guess that was pretty obvious, huh?
To be fair to you, there were other people involved in a scuffle. There could have been other injured parties, but no, this this comes from presumably a rather large puddle of blood.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to scoop it up with my hands,
Right.
you know, so.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Okay, Coco, you know, you need to keep this under wraps. This is part of a very important investigation. We can't have all this leaking out, you know. I'm a big-time Blade Runner
This
now,
is my job. I don't go
yeah.
around broadcasting this stuff to all and sundry.
Yeah, well, just be sure you don't, you piece of trash. and I would like to go and check the SWA footage as well.
Could someone? It's both of you in the
Are they
crime lab?
separate locations, the mainframe and the crime lab?
Yeah, but I think because they're within the same area, we'll
Right.
allow them to both happen during the same shift.
Did anyone come with me, or did you both go to the magazine?
I'm just thinking where I'd be best placed. Maybe at the magazine?
Yeah,
I'll
you're
look at the magazine.
empathetic,
Yes,
and I have
exactly.
no
Yeah.
empathy, so
Okay, let's do that. Let's do
combined
that.
forces.
So yeah, it's just me and the LAPD.
Metagaming, but
Fine.
still.
Then, Purvis, could you roll me a connections roll?
Sure can. So it's empathy.
Ooh.
Okay, so I would like, it's a 5 and a 2, but I would like to use my key memory to re-roll.
Okay,
please.
interesting. What's your key memory?
So my key memory is I was, as a child, I was looking in the fish tanks on Anemoid Row with my trusted best childhood friend Leah. And inside the fish tank, I saw something that I couldn't explain, and it left me terrified.
Right, okay. Well,
It was a fish with the face of a man.
And drawing on that memory,
Bring on that
refresh
memory.
yourself.
Yeah. I can't go back to seeing fish with men's faces. I have to succeed.
okay.
It's like, you remember Seaman? It was like that.
Okay, I mean, I guess this, the fact that you're on Anemoid Row perhaps means that you, even though you're kind of a buttoned up, you know, forensic analyst type guy, that maybe you have been around a bit and you've rubbed shoulders with the general populace a bit, so maybe you
or
have
at least
a few-
in my implanted memories I have.
Exactly,
Yeah.
sure. So you feel a little confident about your connection. So yeah, go on then, you can re-roll.
That's kind.
You re-rolling both?
Okay, yeah, I got a 7 on that one, so that's
Okay,
success.
cool. You sort of cast your mind back to your long, lonely walks around Hawker's Circle, trying to find your place
Practicing
in the world.
noodle eating.
Yeah, practicing noodle eating.
impress Margot.
Indeed.
Yeah.
One thing that strikes you as strange is you're pretty sure you saw a store in Hawker's Circle that, and this probably shouldn't be going on and shouldn't be allowed, but that sells surplus Blade Runner gear. You know, unregulated firearms, you know, things like that. Things of that nature. It's a memory that just pops into your head. And I guess you have no idea whether that was something that you experienced or was implanted. Maybe it was earlier in your trip to Anemoid Row.
So there's another way that someone could have got a Blade Runner gun.
Apparently so.
Okay.
Yeah, the store was called Bullet Bob's Runner Surplus. Bullet Bob, yeah. Just something that crosses your mind. Anyway, as you're pondering this, we are going to head over to the offices of Kill Magazine, which is LA's foremost rag. You run some fairly basic like intel stuff on the spinner over, and there's a lot of stuff that suggests that this guy Shylar is a sort of leading member of the anti-replicant movement. So yeah, you arrive there. It's pretty modest office, to be honest. I assume most of the articles are written by AI because there's only a few desks here for full-time journalists. And yeah, like Shylar is there, pretty much holding court in the middle of the office, essentially. So as you sort of ascend the stairs through the reception, you're directed into the office space. Obviously, the receptionist, you know, recognizes your badges and waves you on through. And yeah, Shylar is there. He's banging on about some story they're going to run tomorrow morning, you know, something scandalous. But he kind of, when he spots you, he sort of buttons up and stops talking because he recognizes that you are a couple of Blade Runners.
Yeah,
and he
yes.
walks over to introduce himself. So,
All right,
Hello, Blade Runners, I presume.
that's right.
You'll find no skin jobs in here, because
Hello, I am
hiring
STK0438. You may call me Static.
yeah, well, whatever, you know.
And he basically ignores you and directs all of his conversation to you, being a replicant hater, basically. He basically almost, just basically blanks you, almost.
We're here to talk about the snake pit.
Oh yeah, nasty business that.
We can do it here in the open or we can do it in your office. You got somewhere private you want to talk about this?
Well, I've got a conference room if you want to come along.
Let's do it.
So he leads you, back through the reception to a sort of separate conference room area.
What can I help you with?
Well, we understand you were at the snake pit.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was in there watching some useless skin jobs dancing on stage.
Just a reminder, I'm not human, but I am a person.
Sure, that's what they all say.
Mr. Charlotte, you're going to have to be civilized.
All right, fine.
I'm going to pop my collar.
You have your views, I've got mine.
Again, not a view, a person.
Do you want to tell us what happened?
Yeah, sure. There was a bit of a fight. This big albino guy started to argue with me and my mates, and a bit of a scuffle happened, and then it all kicked off, and someone got shot. It's nothing to do with me, though.
That is a passive voice, and as a journalist, you understand how that is used.
All right. The thing that happened, I did. Look, it's been a long time since I've written an article. I just tell the others what to write.
Who did the shooting?
Right. Well, from my eye, basically the way it worked out was that albino guy he pulled the gun out on the. The other way round. He was getting involved with us, and then this Blade Runner, one of your guys pulled a gun on him. He was going to arrest the tall guy, and then from what I saw, it was the female Blade Runner, the other one, the partner, shot him in the chest.
I suspect I don't need to ask for this, but can we tell if he's lying?
You can roll an insight to see if he's lying.
I'll help.
Okay, Static, I'm going to need you to roll an empathy insight roll. So
Okay.
one dice for empathy, one dice for insight.
D12 and D10, so this
Got
should
it.
be
Should
good.
be high. Should be high. That is the 0 to 10.
Yes.
Then you've got a critical success.
Great.
And loads of success. So obviously he's like blustering and sort of kind of arrogant and bloviating. But as he's talking, you're watching him, and the overwhelming sense you get from your experience on the Force is that he's telling the truth. He's very, he's holding court and chatting and being quite rude to you. But I think maybe he's sort of taken his eye off you a little bit, and it's giving you a moment to absorb that this seems legit.
So
that's what he saw.
So that would mean that Leah shot Sandor.
That's right. That's right.
Interesting.
And he's continuing. He's saying, anyway, this albino guy, I've seen him around. He's called Styles, and he hangs around Animoid Row.
Does that mean that
sweet.
Styles would have been covering for Leah?
Potentially. Yeah. We say to one side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, we should definitely recontact Styles.
Yeah, sure. And your female Blade Runner, she ran out, jumped in a cab. From what I saw, don't know where she was going, but she made pretty swift route for the exit.
Okay. Thanks for your help, Mr.
You're welcome.
Shyla.
Yeah.
Do we need anything else?
Negative.
I think that's
I'd
all.
like to get out of here as quickly as possible. This guy makes me uncomfortable.
You and me both.
See ya.
Gross. Totally town.
Do leave town.
Totally town.
All right, so let's head back to Purvis, who is now presumably done in the crime lab, but heading to the Esper wall.
Yeah, I'll check out the Esper footage from the club.
Right.
Just to see if I can see any clues.
Yeah, so this is a sort of part of the LAPD mainframe, and it offers you an opportunity to tap into, thousands of security cameras across the city, and you're able to. I would say go for a. Let's go for a tech check, please. I'd like
Okay.
to roll tech and its intelligence roll,
Yeah.
please.
That's
an 8, which is 1 success.
Yep.
And a 9, which is 1 success.
Great. Critical success. This is the scene from outside the Snake Pit Club. Right.
Zoom and enhance.
And because you rolled a because you rolled a critical and because you are able to put your face up to the screen, you can spin that handout over and see. That's
that
the
way.
one. That's your zoom and enhance shot of Leah leaving the club and crucially getting into a metro cab. Something you don't know corroborates what Jel was saying.
Can I compare? I'm going to compare these.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Well, that's Leah, all right. She's got the hair and everything.
I'd like you to roll a empathy connections roll again, please.
3 and a 1.
Yeah, you can see that's a metro cab, but you've literally no idea where it might be going, nor any idea of how you might find that information out. That's what you've got from the Esper Wall.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to look up in the LAPD mainframe while you're here?
I guess could I see the Esper footage from Bullet Bob's runner surplus?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well, I would like to just see if there is footage from Bullet Bob's.
Okay, yeah, cool. You'll need another tech roll, please.
Okay. It's an 11 and a 5. So 11 is 2.
Yeah, that's
successes.
Okay, you pull up footage. There's no camera within Bullet Bob's store. It's quite small. But you're sort of running it back, basically, prior to the shooting, essentially. And you're running it back, and there's not a lot of activity in terms of the store. This is not frequented by a lot of people. A lot of people aren't spending their money on surplus Blade Runner weapons. But yeah, as you run it back, you're looking for the haircut, and it takes a little while. It takes almost the entire shift of like spinning back through and using the computer to search through the images. But yeah, you spot someone who looks like Leah leaving the store from a couple of days before, let's say.
Why would she need a Blade Runner weapon if she's a Blade Runner?
What's really interesting is that you see at least the direction that she's heading, right? And she heads down a sort of narrow street, and there's no camera in the street, but you decide to run it to see if she comes out of that area, and all the way up to the shooting. Or like very close to the point of the shooting. So, maybe like an hour and a half before the events transpired in the Snake Pit. That's the only point you see her leave.
Okay. I suppose I should go and join the others.
If you guys want to take the end of the shift, you're going to need downtime after this, unless you want to take stress. But yeah, you can take the end of this evening shift to get together and discuss what you found.
Yeah, let's share the info with them. Yeah, I got all kinds of crime clues.
Where are we now?
Yeah, so
where are we gathering?
You're just on your communicators. I guess, heading home on the commute, maybe home or wherever you're going to spend your downtime.
Come in, Purvis.
So yeah, I got some footage of Leah leaving the club, getting in a what was it called? A
metro cab.
Getting in a metro cab. Couldn't really tell where she was heading, and also she seemed to buy the weapon, the Blade Runner weapon that she used. She bought it from a place called Bullet Bob's Runner's
Do you know that she
Surplus.
used the weapon?
You know she's left the store.
She left the store.
Okay.
And was she holding it in the footage?
Okay.
Or had she put it away?
Okay.
I don't think she would have been visibly holding it.
Okay. But she left a place.
Firing into the sky. Okay. Wild West show.
She had a tote bag. Neon tote bag from Bullet Bob's.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess she bought something in the Runner's Surplus store.
Why would she buy a Blade Runner?
I mean, she's a Blade Runner. I don't know why she's buying surplus gear.
This corroborates we were told by a deeply unpleasant human that she got into a cab. Oh, and that also she was the one who shot Sandor.
Whoa! That is the key.
Probably should have led with that information.
Whoa, that's wild, you guys.
Any other leads that you guys came up with as part of that?
We need to talk to Styles again.
Right.
Because Sandor drew on Styles. And then Leah shot Sandor. So Sandor hasn't been telling us the full story.
No, Styles.
Sorry, Styles hasn't been telling us the full story. Sandor is dead.
Styles, you piece
I'm a
of
Blade
trash.
Runner.
All right, let's track this Styles down. Do you know where he might be?
Yes, we do. He hangs out on Nanamoid Road.
That's correct. Yeah.
I might see that fish with the human face again. Okay.
All right. Fine. Lots of good progress here.
I'm gonna face my fear someday. Let's go.
Downtime. Yeah.
Can always have.
So
Downtime.
basically, the way this works is you can choose to either spend your downtime at home, or you can spend your downtime wandering the streets. Having a drink, eating noodles, if that's your thing.
Be at home practicing drawing in the mirror.
Yeah, sure.
You piece of trash. No. Kick the gun under the sofa.
So is that how you're spending your downtime?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to roll a d8,
Sure.
and there will be some events and things.
A 5.
Okay. You play soothing music, watch an old film, or enjoy some time with a digi.
With a what now?
It's a sort of holographic girlfriend, I guess.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest, it probably is.
My holographic girlfriend.
Oh no.
Okay, you're gonna sit there, holographic girlfriend, and watch me draw around this mirror.
And you're like, I mean, you haven't taken any stress, but let's imagine you had taken some stress. You'd be healing an extra point of that stress.
Right.
Blessed to be stressed, baby.
How do you like to unwind?
I'm going to wander the streets.
All right, cool.
I'm only a year old, so I do like just to study people.
Yeah.
Watch people, and maybe have a little bowl of noodles as well.
Okay.
I played it up earlier, but I'm still not very good at it. Half the time, it's like
for the entire game, there's been just a noodle hanging out. Cool. Roll me a d8, please.
4.
Ooh. So your character's key relationship confronts you in the street. And they want something. Let's decide what that is in a moment. But if you tell me about your key character.
My key character was my first partner in the Rep Detect unit. She taught me the ways of the street, not very well.
Right.
And my admiration for her was very passionate. But recently she went missing while working a case. The LAPD launched an investigation, but nothing came up, so I swore to find her. So
Whoa, that was easy.
find her.
Oh, wait. Hey.
Yeah, you finally run into her, and she's heard about this case. She's aware of it, and much as the LAPD and Wallace Corps are trying to keep this thing under wraps, but she heard about what happened in the snake pit, and you guys have a bit of a conversation and things, and it becomes clear that she's been hanging around Nanamoid Row for a while now, and she's seen Styles there a lot. A lot, and he hangs around one of the stalls. She can't remember the name of it, but one of the stalls in Nanamoid Row, he tends to frequent.
Okay.
Like, he sort of mooches around there, heads off, comes in, like, chats to the old guy who runs it.
What kind of animals do they sell?
It appears to be butterflies.
Butterflies. Interesting.
That's-
Do I have noodles on my face?
Unfortunately, she points out that there is a noodle hanging from your face, and you take 1 stress from the stress of discovering this. So that's the cost of this information that you've received.
I thought I was really intimidating.
Sadly not. Sadly not. All right, fine. Margot.
All right, I'd like to use one of my specialities.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm so married to the job is the name of the speciality.
So married to the job.
That I can do an extra shift of work.
Oh, hello.
Without taking stress.
Interesting.
So I'm going to delay my downtime. And I'd like to investigate Leah. I'd like to look at her personnel file.
Yep, you can head to the LAPD. You can do that right now.
All right, so I get let in after hours.
Oh yeah.
It's presumably, I don't know.
Workaholic, they nod you through. They've seen this
yeah,
before.
they know me.
You've done it before.
Okay, cool. And I go to the records office.
The
and
mainframe,
look up
yeah.
Leah's file. Yeah.
Styrofoam cup of
Okay,
coffee.
cool. I'm gonna need
one of those,
a tech roll for this.
Oh, D in technology, really?
That's your
I'm a real
D6.
Kind of Luddite.
What's
There
your
we go.
intelligence though?
My intelligence is a mere C, so a D8.
Okay, give me a tough one.
I could push myself, couldn't I?
Yeah, you roll first and then you decide
no
to push
advantage.
yourself.
All right, okay. Well, let's see how we do. Oh, okay. That's just.
It's 1 success.
Yeah, 1 success.
Yeah.
That's a modest success.
Do you
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
That's cool.
let's see what we get with 1 success. Tell me.
All right, I've got a handout for you. Bloody love a handout.
Bloody love the handout.
Absolutely adore a handout. Yeah, there you go.
Delicious information.
There's some additional information about Leah.
All right, LH3 7.93, aka Leah. Performance report. Baseline test failure, 3rd of March 2037. Baseline test failure, 27th of April 2037. So that we knew from Wallace's PR. Suspension, 28th of April 2037. So she was suspended from duty. Recalibration, 7th of May 2037. Active service, return to active service on the 8th of May 2037. So she was suspended and then reinstated a couple of weeks later.
Doesn't sound like
Post-recalibration.
that calibration worked, but
Yep, that's fine. Is there anything else you'd like to look up while you are here? You will need to do another tech roll.
Do we have like civilian records here, or is it just like LAPD service?
If they've got a record,
right.
they'll be in the system.
All right, well, let's see if Styles has got a criminal
Okay,
record
cool.
then. Another tech roll.
Good idea.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that's 2 successes, right?
Critical, yeah. Okay. Even though you don't have a photo or any other kind of information, because you know.
I did take his details.
Yeah,
so
you've
I
got
would
his
have had
details,
some
and
identifying
via that you're able to
details.
finagle,
Yeah.
and zero in on
Looks a bit
things.
like a bald Johnny Lee Miller.
Yeah, that's what you type into the machine, and it goes, oh yeah, I've got exactly what you're looking for.
Nice.
Say no more.
Semantic search. Here in 2037 is really good.
So there's some information about Styles.
Stylesy.
Another handout.
Okay.
Getting all the handouts.
All right, Styles is a replicant, everyone. Newsflash. NX8 396.2, aka Styles. Incept date 17th of July 2022.
what?
So he's
Old.
an Nexus 8, so he's an older model. But it also means he is, someone did maths, 2037 minus 2022. He's 15 years old. His function was hard labor and combat. His physical state is Lev A. His mental state is Lev C, which sounds less good. And his known address is nowhere. We don't know where he lives. Okay.
Interesting.
So he's
But you know he hangs around Anemoid Row.
yeah. And he's a tough guy, a tough 15-year-old Nexus 8.
Yep. Any person or location you'd like to have a poke around with in the mainframe while you're here?
Ooh, do I get more moves?
Yeah, I mean it's a
whole
several
shift.
hour long shift.
Oh yeah,
so-
that's true. I'm in here for 4 or 5 hours.
He's sitting drawing in the mirror and
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. You're
practicing riddles.
Can I bring up a map of the area around Bullet Bob's and see if I can infer where Leah might have gone?
Well, that's so
on a
Bullet
map
Bob's is
of the
around,
vicinity?
around sort of Anemoid Row and things like that. So you can search for Esper footage of Anemoid Row if you'd like.
Yes, I would like.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, another tech roll, please.
Okay, gosh, pushing my luck with these.
Come on.
You're doing well with
Tech
low
rolls.
dice.
Oh,
That's fair. Are you going to
Pushed
push
it too
yourself?
far. Yeah, I'll push it. Both
You
of
can
them.
choose to re-roll as many, but you can only push
Well, I mean, I
yourself
may
once.
as well re-roll both because
Yep.
neither of them were a success. So one
All
success.
critical, yeah, and a success.
Yes.
Okay.
You,
But
do,
also
you
a
take the
filthy
stress
one.
for the one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you take 1 stress
All
for your 1.
I mean,
How
yeah.
stressed are you feeling?
I'm feeling
You're on 5
I'm
at the
feeling 1
moment, so
stressed,
you've
and I've
got-
got 5 resolve. So
But that is a success as well. You figure,
I'm
there's
it's getting late.
Yeah, there's a
Starting
lot
to feel
of
stressed.
Yeah, there's a lot of and you haven't slept yet
slept.
or anything like
Yeah.
that. So a lot of clues and leads are pointing to this area around Anemoid Row. You know that Styles hangs out there. If you've been communicating with your buddies, you know that there's this gun shop in that sort of area as well. So you're looking up the Esper footage of the scene, and because you've got details on Leah, you're looking for her. And what you discover is that there's loads of footage of Leah. She spent a lot of time in this area in the days surrounding the shooting. She can be seen entering and leaving Bullet Bob's after the shooting as well. And also, there's another interesting detail as you follow her route through the various different cameras and stuff. She heads to a store, like a stall, called the Aurelian, and she has a short conversation with a guy who's running the stall, old-looking dude. They have a very short conversation, and then she disappears off, and you lose her in the crowds.
Okay.
But this is the activity in terms of the conversation with the Aurelian happens on the day after the shooting. So this is when she had left. She'd fled the scene of the crime, and
She went back to Bullet Bob's.
yeah, she
after
went
the
back to
shooting.
after the shooting, and also had a conversation with this Aurelian stall owner.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'm beat.
Time to turn in for a tight 20 minutes, and then
Yeah.
and
I
then
still have to do a
it's time-
downtime. So it kind of makes me out of sync now with the other characters because I still have to do a session of downtime.
Right.
I
Okay.
believe, but it just means I can do 4 and then 1.
Are you
instead
going to
of
sleep
3
into
and
the
then 1.
morning then?
Yeah, I'm going to sleep late. So sorry, guys.
I would like to go to Animoid Row once I'm done. Sucking on
Downtiming?
noodles.
Downtiming, yeah.
downtiming.
Is that are you both heading there together?
Yeah, I assumed we'd all agreed to meet up at Animoid Road
Yes.
to continue the case.
Yeah, you had a message at an ungodly hour of the morning.
Yeah.
And you've all agreed to head to Animoid Row.
Yeah.
Margot,
Hey,
let's
everyone.
deal with Margot's downtime first.
Yeah.
Margot, where would you be spending your downtime?
Well, I went home and started drinking heavily.
Great,
and
as
then
usual,
slept
yeah.
late into
Fine.
the morning.
Great.
And,
Okay.
It's one of my few many vices.
One of my few many vices.
Yeah.
Staring at the ceiling fan for
Would you roll a d8 for me, please? And we'll.
will. It's a 2.
It's a 2. Nothing of great note happens.
Sweet.
Just the drinking, really, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I pass out in sort of 6, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Sleep through my alarm.
That's cool.
quality sleep.
You can, I think, remove 1 stress.
Yes.
For that. So.
Worth
Passing out drunk.
Passing out drunk, yeah. You're pretty relaxed. Okay, Animoid Row. Let's head over there.
Hey everyone, you all enjoy your downtime? I hung out with my girlfriend. She's real.
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah, she's a human actually. Yeah.
What's her name?
Stacey.
Stacey sounds really nice.
Stacey.
Stacey. It's a real human name.
All right, definitely not a digi then.
No.
All right, fine. Yeah, so you head into Animoid Row, which even at this time in the morning is just full of people everywhere. This is the area of town where people who create fake animals tend to live.
Yeah,
So
and
there are places-
other things as well.
I say, shuddering at the memory.
Yes.
I'd like to inform the two about meeting up with my former partner
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
and just let them know we need to be on the lookout for anything to do with butterflies.
Okay, butterflies. Okay.
Styles apparently spends a lot of time there.
Okay.
Well,
Did you learn anything in your
yeah, I
downtime?
share the printouts from the mainframe. Here we go.
Yep.
Leah, Styles.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
And presumably you share the information about the Aurelian as well.
Aurelian and yeah.
And I share my
Fine.
cool gun drawing. I try and draw it really fast.
Okay.
You spent 8 hours doing that? That's not very good.
We also know that Leah returned to Bullet Bob's
pretty
after
fast.
the shooting.
Yeah.
Could it be that she was trying to
Okay.
sell her service weapon to cover her tracks or something? I mean, we could go to Bullet Bob's and find
Yep.
out.
We could pretend to be someone in the market for a Blade Runner weapon and see if they have one.
But we have
that-
Blade Runner
yep.
weapons.
But it would be a pretend, though. Subterfuge.
Cool. Anyway, so Static and Purvis have swept into Animoid Row. It is fully bustling. There is a noodle stand. You'll be pleased to hear if you would like some breakfast noodles. Do some noodle eating practice.
Well, I kind of thought Margot would be here to help us with the investigation. He's saying that she's the investigator.
And is so married to the job.
Yeah.
I guess she passed out on the couch again. That's cool.
Does that happen
That's
a
cool.
lot?
Yeah, it happens quite a lot. It's cool though. I don't mind it.
Humans, am I right?
Yeah, I mean, this place is just full of stalls and shops. Everything's on top of each other. There's sort of little nooks and crannies, and there's a place that specializes in fake guard dogs, or
Are we
there's
allowed to look at the map, or is it?
yeah, you can have a look at the map. Yeah. Here is the map of Animoid Row.
I feel like maybe we should wait to go to Aurelian's until Margot's back, so we could check out Bullet Bob's.
We could do that, yes. Although the clam hut looks very nice.
The turtle
Mentioned
factory,
Bellinwood, yeah.
where they fabricate turtles.
Tasty noodle. That sound pretty good. 7-star prawns?
That's too many stars.
I don't know if I can handle that. Hey, it's a butterfly.
Oh, interesting. The Aurelian.
Aurelian.
Cool.
Yeah, you can see that very neon sign is over here somewhere. There you go. It's just outside a very small, unassuming looking little stall that backs, that fronts a shop. There's a shop behind.
Okay, let's go see Bullet Bob, and then maybe Margot can join us. We can head over to the Aurelian when she rouses from her stupor.
All right, fine.
Yeah. Okay. So how about we go in? We say we're a crime duo.
We are a crime duo.
We're a crime
there
duo.
Are 2 of us.
And we're here to buy Blade Runner tech weapons, you know, because it's the best stuff. We want the caseless.
You are aware I'm not capable of lying.
Yeah, that will make it tricky. Well, maybe I do the lying, and you just sort of nod along.
That is lies by omission. I will try.
Maybe you stand outside and.
I will do my best.
Okay.
That's a lie. I will.
Bullet Bob's is a tucked around the corner. There is the you spot the narrow alleyway that you saw Leah head into. As you approach the shop, it's exactly as it looked like on the Esper footage. Inside the store, a place that has weapons adorned all over it, and a sort of protective cage in front of the desk. And behind that desk is Bob Gorski, who is the proprietor and eponymous Bullet Bob of Bullet Bob's Runner Surplus. It's a tricky place for a couple of Blade Runners to enter because this is not entirely legit business. So Bob's on edge, and he visibly so, and kind of pissed off. He's
Do I have noodles on my face?
No, I think you got them all.
Okay, I'm gonna cross my arms and look very intimidating.
Can I help you?
Hey, so yeah, I'm looking for a weapon, something big, you know, to do some real big shooting with.
Big hole.
Yeah,
a big
make
hole.
big holes in things.
Okay.
I hear Blade Runners have the best guns.
Who are you? Or who sent you here?
I'm just a tough, a street tough, looking to defend myself. You dig? You dig, partner? You capiche? Capiche what I'm laying down to you?
I think this feels like a manipulation roll.
Oh, do you, huh? Tough guy, what's up?
I'm gonna need you to roll empathy, because Bob's not impressed by the tough guy act at all. Okay. He's dealt with actual tough guys in his time, and he's not terribly impressed by this.
It's a 3 and a 1.
Oh. Did you want to push yourself? You can re-roll the one that's not a 1 if you want.
Sure.
But you'll take a stress if you get
That's a 2.
Okay.
So why don't you just hand over the piece, you trash piece?
Can I help him at all?
You can roll your own. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
how do you want to approach this? He's busy embarrassing himself.
Listen here, you trash piece.
I'm gonna like try and go
Look,
very.
I can see a cop. I know a cop when I see one.
Yeah, well, see this.
Do you have a permit for this?
Do I have a permit for this? All right, this is definitely a manipulation.
You got a permit for this? Yeah, that's right. I got 2 of them.
I'm gonna try.
Surely you would need the permit for them if they belong to you.
I'm gonna try and intimidate him.
Touche. You win this round, Bob.
Yeah, manipulation roll, please. So that is again empathy.
Empathy. So that's a D. That would be a D.
Is anything in this building not like nailed down or chained to the wall or behind a cage?
It's 2D12.
The rack of guns is behind him on the thing. The desk. There's a tiny aperture in the cage for him to pass through. Wow, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got a success there.
Yes. Okay.
Single success.
Okay.
Oh, look, I can tell you're cops. What do you want to know?
What do we want to know?
You trash piece.
We already know that.
Excuse me, I'm a legitimate businessman.
Have you seen this woman?
Yeah, she was in here recently. She's buying some ammunition for I think it was 44 caseless ammunition. I don't know, she didn't, this was not that long ago, like yesterday maybe. And she didn't say what she needed it for, but she looked nervous, I would say, nervous.
Just came in here the once, did she?
She was in
You
here
trash
earlier.
piece.
I think she was just scoping the place out, seeing what was available.
But then she came back and bought ammunition.
Yeah.
Anyone with her?
No, she was alone.
Now, would it surprise you to know that this woman is a Blade Runner?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have thought she'd have her ammunition supplied for her if she was a Blade Runner.
Yeah, you'd think that, wouldn't
she
you?
could just pop back to the tower and, pick up all the ammunition she needs.
That is something we can do. It's great.
Yeah.
You open your coat, it's just like it's bullets everywhere.
Stream of bullets.
It's an entire band of
Piling up
falls
around
out.
me.
Anything else I can help you with?
It's like,
Got any cool guns?
Yes. And he gestures to an entire wall full of cool guns.
Is there something cooler than my service weapon?
Yeah, I mean, there's an Ender assault rifle, but
I would like to buy the Ender assault rifle, please.
I don't sell to cops, unfortunately.
Who said I was a cop? I told you I'm a street tough.
You are the most obvious cop I've ever met.
I accidentally dropped my badge on my phone. And beans. Okay, well, thank you for your time, sir. We'll see you around. Don't do any more crimes.
We'll be back to shut you down some other day.
I'm a legitimate businessman.
This is an official warning from the LAPD. Thank you. Goodbye, you trash piece.
Don't leave town. Do you want to investigate the area around? I mean, there's this alleyway.
Yeah, the alleyway I saw on the Esper footage. That sounds
You wanna take a look?
interesting. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's go down and see what's at the end that Leah went down towards.
It's actually a dead end. It's not a particularly long alleyway. So this is
She
not
was
like
in here for ages.
This is not a through route.
Anything out of place? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, give me a. I want an observation roll for this one, please.
Well, that's a 12 and a 6, so 3 successes.
3 successes. All right. Most of the doors in this alleyway are bolted shut and kind of rusted shut. You know, they've been there for a while. But there is one that you notice just out the corner of your eye as an advertising blimp passes over, and a beam of light sweeps across the alleyway. You see that there's a slight sheen on the bolt of one of the doors where it looks like it's been used more than the other ones. So,
Looks like this door has been used recently. Maybe this is where Leah went. She couldn't have stayed in this alley all the time.
It could be dangerous to try this ourselves.
Should we wait for Margot, or, I mean, think how cool she'd think we were if we went in there and solved the case.
and as you're discussing this, Styles steps out of the shadows with a couple of companions, and he says, "What do you think you're doing?"
Just I came down the alley to take a leak. We're both leaking.
I do not see any leaking.
I'm doing it now. It's normal for me.
We had some questions for you, Styles.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. I guess.
I am incapable of lying.
Ooh, well, that was a good leak. So, Styles, the jig is up.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. You just leave this case alone. You've already gotten too far into it. It's just, please, leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
Yes, I can only assume you're here because you're looking for Leah.
That's correct.
Just leave it. Do not pursue this further.
It's kind of our job to pursue crimes. We're
Why
Blade
you-
Runners, like Leah.
Yeah, he.
You understand we are replicants.
Yes. But you should leave this case alone
And why is that exactly?
because there are certain things I need to protect, and your interference could have ramifications way beyond this. So
Man is dead. He got
All right.
shot and his hole was big.
look, I can see you're not gonna listen to me. And he gestures to the 2 guys behind him, who sort of close up in front of Styles, and we're gonna deal for initiative.
I'm making a very big mistake.
I think it's you who's making a mistake. Right.
Initiative.
So instead of rolling for initiative, we have a deck of initiative cards. We will go around, and I will draw for the attackers, who are these 2 replicants, and Styles as well. And then I will, because they're attacking, and then I will pass the deck along, and you'll take the top card as well. So this is for Replicant 1. This is for Replicant 2. This is for Styles. Yeah, if you take the top card from there.
You're not involved.
I'm
like
slipping it
yeah.
off.
And yeah, the top card.
What a terrible time to be.
Margaret's going to be so
sleeping in.
Alright.
mad she missed this.
Right, so it is Replicant 1 first. And then it is Purvis. Then it is Static. And then it is Styles. And then it is the second Replicant. Okay. As they advance on you, the first Replicant pulls out a sort of small flip knife and approaches, and the other one pulls out a sort of piece of pipe, basically, like a blunt sort of bludgeon, essentially. And that's what they are essentially going to try and attack you with. So I think probably replicant number 1 is probably going to have a go at stabbing Static. So that is a hand-to-hand strength check. I'm rolling a D8 and a D10. So that is a 4 and a 10. So they are going to hit with their knife, which does 1 point of damage to you,
Yikes.
Static. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, look, now I have a hole too.
Yeah, it's not like a mortal injury. And then next up is Purvis.
I'm going to pull on the one with the knife.
All right, okay.
Blast him.
Yeah, okay. So you're a little distance back, maybe going for ranged attack. Agility, firearms. Let's go for that.
Okay, that's snake eyes, double ones.
Wow. Okay.
Reach for the sky, you piece of trash! I say, throw my gun across the alleyway.
Okay.
Beans.
Okay, this has gone badly wrong for you. What a turn! What a turn! You have a free action, so you can scrabble
I'm
after.
going to run after my gun down the alleyway.
Kicking it as you go.
Kick it further down the alley.
So you sprint after your gun. That's probably a good move. Okay, Static, what's your?
I'm just gonna watch as Purvis like. I assume the knife is still in my shoulder. I'm just gonna go
I think so. Yeah.
pull my blaster and just point blank.
Okay. All right.
In the
Fine.
face. That would be firearms agility.
Yeah. Let's go for firearms agility.
All right, so that's a D6 and a D12. 5 and a 4.
That's
success, right?
that is no success there. You could push yourself to re-roll.
Yes, I would
think.
like to do that. Either dice?
Both if you
Both?
prefer.
Yeah, let's do it.
And you've got 2 fails, so that's a success.
Okay.
And a fail. So that's a success.
Take 1 stress
All right.
for the 1.
Yeah. And you'll do the damage on your blaster, which is
Base damage 2.
base damage 2. Okay, so you're going to do 2 damage to replicant number
Okay.
1. Okay, fine.
I told you this was a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah. So Styles is in his first turn. He's just sort of expecting his guys to take care of it. So he's just going to step back and just observe for the first round, basically, and see how things go. He's anticipating as the sort of aggressor that they're going to have an advantage. So Replicant 2 has a club and is going to, I guess, because Replicant 1 went after Static, probably Replicant 2 is going to try and
He's
take
an
care of
open
Purvis.
target. His back is
He looks
to
between the
whole
two of
group.
you and is like, that's the easier.
Yeah.
That's the easier target. There's no sort of element of surprise here, so I think this one's going to be an opposed roll. I would, okay. He's going to try and hit you with his pipe, basically. So that is a strength hand-to-hand. So that's another D8.
And I roll my
D10.
strength hand to hand.
And yeah. And so it's about who gets the most successes.
Okay.
And I can tell you, he hasn't rolled any successes.
Nor have I.
Oh,
All right. Okay. Well, so you have a bit of a
Worst
tussle. He
fight ever.
swings at you. You flap at him, and somehow, in amongst all this, no one gets hit in the head. You've managed to dodge the consequences for at least another turn.
consequence.
We're going back to Replicant 1, who's been shot a bit, but like with a sort of sonic blast or whatever it is. So he's kind of stumbled back a bit just with the sort of force of that. So he probably not happy about this, but having lost the knife that was embedded in your shoulder, he's going to have to try and hit you with his fists instead. It's going to be a strength hand-to-hand again. So same numbers. Ooh, he's rolling like trash. That's 4 of 3. What's yours?
Contested a hand-to-hand, is it strength?
Yeah, it's strength
So,
and hand-to-hand. It's
so
opposed roll.
that's 4 and a 5.
Ooh. Do you want to? You can't push yourself because you're the one being attacked. All right. Yeah. It doesn't. Again, there's sort of a lot of swinging and flailing.
He's just like trying to
yeah.
swing at me. I'm just like,
Yeah, you're just sort of stepping out of the way, and it's a real inelegant
mess.
alleyway scuffle that's going on here.
this is a total mess.
For all their sort of imposing demeanor, actually, these guys aren't much more capable than anyone else really in a fight. So we're back to it's Purvis's go now.
Yeah.
Can I retrieve my gun from where I threw it down the alley?
I think you're allowed, yeah. Probably
Okay.
use your free action, and you can use another free. You can use the first free action to step towards it, and the second free action for this turn to pick it up.
Okay.
But that's your free action for this turn done.
Right. I would like to shoot the guy who was trying to get me with the pipe.
Okay, replicant number 2.
Try
fine.
again. Now I've got it out. I feel
yeah.
confident. I'm like, remember all the training you did in front of your real girlfriend. So I'm gonna do that. I would like to push myself to reroll.
Okay, you're gonna do both.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You can push yourself twice because you're a replicant.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Is that
great. And I push myself again.
Better be something good this time. Yeah, you got a
one success and one critical failure.
Fine, so take a stress.
Okay.
But also, you do manage to fire fire at this guy, and it hits. I'd say center mass in the gut.
That's 2 damage
2?
on the sonic blast.
Yeah. 2. Oh, so you're going for sonic blast? Yeah. Okay. Fine. So that's 2 damage for replicant number 2. Static. It's your go.
I'm gonna very slowly pull the knife out of my shoulder and say, "Did I ever tell you I love corpses?" And just stab him with it.
Wow. Okay. So this is replicant 1. Unsettled and also, in fact, that's so unsettling. I'm gonna say that this, in this opposed roll, I'm gonna say that the replicant is rolling at disadvantage because that is horrible. So fine, I'm just gonna roll a single D10. Oh, that's a success.
Am I rolling as well?
Yeah, it's an opposed roll, but you get your 2 dice, so it's,
Okay.
it's another strength hand-to-hand.
Gotcha. Ooh.
That's a success.
You win that that little punch up, and you'll do an additional point of damage for your additional success. So
Nice.
So yeah, what's your base damage for
So
the
my-
knife? Is 1, I think.
The knife is 1.
and then you get an additional piece of damage for
Nice.
for your crit, and also this is fun. They get a critical injury as well.
Yeah.
Right. This was replicant 1. Suffer 2 points of damage, and you get to roll a crit die for the knife. You roll a d8, and I will tell you exactly what it does.
Yeah.
So it's a piercing. It's a piercing damage. Roll it. I'll tell you what happens.
Yeah.
5.
What horrible injury is 5?
Okay, it's a bleeding gut, and any mobility roll reopens the wound, basically for him.
Look at that,
But
it's
yeah.
just where the big hole would be.
Yeah, he's like. So you've basically just like jammed this knife into his gut. Styles is now like, oh shoot, this is looking bad. So he's going to step in and start doing a bit of the old hand-to-hand fun stuff. I think he's probably going to go for Static because he sees Static as more of a threat. So conversely, whereas the other replicant was looking for the soft target, he's actually keen to sort of put an end to this. So he's going to attempt to punch you, basically, clean in the jaw. So it's an opposed roll again. So he has 1 success. And if
that
you
would be-
roll your strength hand-to-hand stuff as well.
Ooh, it's 2 and a 4. Can I re-roll?
No, because
Oh,
you're
'cause-
the
gotcha.
one being attacked. So yeah, he's going to hit you in the face. That's only a single point of damage.
Okay.
And he doesn't have a critical, so no critical injuries for you. Fine. Styles has entered the
Turn
fray.
inside and spit into-
Replicant number 2, who is the one with the club, and is probably the healthiest of the 2. He's still focused on Purvis. So, okay, he's rolled 2. He's rolled a critical basically. So 2 successes.
Is this opposed?
Yeah, if you can roll a tie.
That's another 1 and a 5.
Oh dear. Okay. Well.
Goodness.
Yeah. He's gonna clock you right about the skull with this pipe, basically. Crunch. And unfortunately, because he's got a critical success, that's gonna cause you some trouble. So
What the hell, man?
it's a D10 for the old strength size. This could
Strong
cause you
boy.
serious. This could cause you serious problems. Okay. That is a. Ooh. All right, so that's a 9. This is a 9 crushing. Oh, you've got a internal bleeding. Congratulations. It's that adds disadvantage to all stamina and mobility rolls until you get that healed, and it takes a week. To do.
Whoa! That's gonna leave
To stamina and movement, do you say?
It's also bad news because you're going to have to make a death saving throw every shift.
Oh.
So let's make a note of that until you get it sorted out.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
How much damage do I take?
So 2 points damage plus an additional damage because it was a crit.
3 points of damage.
So 3 points of damage. Yeah. Okay, Purvis, what are you doing?
Just shoot him again. He hit me with a pipe.
All right, fine. That's allowed. Yeah.
I'm real mad now. I'm gonna shoot you. That's one success. I'm gonna push myself and roll this again. And beans.
You can push yourself again per turn because you're a replicant.
Oh yeah, replicant power.
Roll it one more time. Come on, that crit.
Oh,
okay,
stress.
All right.
Oh no.
Fine. So you're aiming at Replicant 2, the guy who hit you with a pipe. Fine.
Yeah, I am. Jerk.
And it does base damage of 2, right?
2 crushing damage.
All right. Static.
So I assume I've still got my hand on the knife that I've just stabbed this guy with. I'd like to
mix it around.
Maneuver him around, and with the other hand, I'm going to use him as a shield and take a shot at Styles.
Okay. All right.
And hopefully, if I maneuver him a little bit, it'll keep him from moving.
That's the movement.
The mobility, right?
Reopen the wound.
Fine. All right. So you're technically in cover for this. You're going to go for another ranged attack.
Yeah.
Right. So that will be your agility firearms roll, please.
Wah! 5 and a 9.
9.
5 and 9. That is one success. Yeah. So you hit Styles in the. That's who you're aiming at, right? Styles. So
Sonic Blast.
yeah, you hit him with a thumping sonic blast, basically, which does. What's the base damage on that?
The base damage is 2.
2. Fine. Styles looks shocked, actually. So he. I think he wasn't expecting things to go this way necessarily, but now he's been shot. Yeah, so
I did warn you.
yeah, indeed, it's taken him aback in the way that being shot, I'd imagine, would take you aback a little bit, both physically and sort of in terms of your.
And physically, he moved backwards a little bit.
Indeed. Yeah, he's identified that Static is the threat here and needs to be sort of.
His Purvis is staggering around.
Because he wasn't expecting a fight necessarily to break out. He's not got any kit. So he's going to have to try and run and punch you, but I'm going to make him do it at a disadvantage because you've got a human shield at the moment. So let's go for that. Let's go for an unarmed hit. And we'll go for... he's got good strength though. So that's going to be a D12 for strength, and his hand-to-hand is A as well. Oh wow! So he's serious business. He's pretty capable, and that is a single success. But that's an opposed roll. So
all right. So there's 2 hand-to-hand again.
Yeah.
Ooh.
3 and 2, and because you're being attacked, you can't push yourself. So he's gonna hit you again. It's a single point of damage because it's a single success. It's Replicant 2. It's Pipe Guy again. Now recently shot by you.
Yeah.
So you're really locked in combat here. He's gonna take a swing at you.
Old Johnny Pipeman.
Yeah, with the pipe again. Okay, he has failed that.
2 successes.
2 successes, critical.
Cool.
You're not falling for the same trick twice, and even in the haze of having been smashed in the head and gotten internal bleeding, you see this one coming. As it swings over your head, you're able to use your sort of like, you're an analyst, you're a forensics guy, but it turns out, you've still got pretty quick reactions as a replicant, and you grab the pipe and swing it back across his face, and you clock him with his own weapon.
So I'm holding a pipe and a gun now.
Yeah, apparently so. So that's
I may be seeing double, but I got 2 weapons, 1 for each of you.
Nice. So you hit him with the base damage for the pipe is a 2, but it's also you get an additional one because you got a critical. So that's 3 points. This guy's in trouble. He's buckles to the ground and sort of is on his knees essentially, and for all intents and purposes, he's not dead, but he is out of the fight. Like he is quite clearly incapacitated. And you know what? It was a crit, so why not let's roll you a critical injury die as well. You don't want to forget. This guy's probably never going to turn up again, having learned his lesson. Don't mess with analysts. But we should also see what his critical injury is. So if you roll me a D8, we'll find out what horrible thing has happened to him.
D8. 3.
Somehow, as he fell to the ground, He landed hands first, but he wasn't quite ready for this, and he's ended up with a bunch of snapped fingers. Which, were he still in the fight, would offer him disadvantage to firearms and hand-to-hand combat.
Right.
But he's done. He's out for the count. And Stars shoots a glance at him, and then looks up at you, holding the pipe and the pistol, and is like, how did this happen?
That's right, you piece of trash.
Right, yeah, this guy's clearly working through some stuff.
You want some of the same?
Yeah.
You want some of the same from Purvis?
Replicant 1 is currently being held by you in a sort of human shield arrangement. If you've got the sort of knife up against his spine, he's going to try and throw you bodily over himself. Now, whether or not this is going to work, I'm not sure, but I would say that probably, again, given his position, he's probably rolling at a disadvantage, right? So I'm going to roll.
And the knife in his guts.
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be a strength hand-to-hand opposed roll, but he's only rolling 1 die, and he has rolled a 4.
Okay.
You got a success. In sort of contorting himself, somehow manages to get himself stabbed in the kidney. He tries the flip, but what happens is he just pulls you closer to him, and the knife goes into his kidney, and he thinks, well, that was stupid, and that's going to do him a point of damage. Why not? We're back to Purvis. Even though you did a lot of damage in your last encounter, it wasn't actually your roll, so it's your turn again.
Okay, I would like to take the pipe that I'm holding and just two-handed throw it at Styles' head. Down the alleyway.
He's tall, so it's it's a clear target.
Yeah.
Is it accuracy or
It's
is it
pipe to head, not hand to hand.
Yeah, it's pipe to head.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go force. If you're going to do some damage, you're going to have to throw this pretty hard at him. So that'll be an opposed roll, I think.
Okay,
probably.
2 successes from Purvis.
No. Okay, I'm going to give, because Styles is fairly serious business. So let's go for. He has a D12, doesn't he? Yeah, in strength and force. So that's a double critical.
Wait.
And another double. That's 4 criticals.
Successes.
What does that mean?
4 successes. What that means in this context is he catches the pipe without even really having to think about it, and then, as if by instinct, throws it back towards you, essentially.
Right.
And he's gonna do. I'm gonna say because
Do I
it's
not
a
get
reaction.
to dodge or anything? I guess I have disadvantage to movement rolls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So probably not.
I'm going to be generous and say that because it was a reactive, not a super effective thing. I'm just going to do the base damage for the club rather than taking into account the criticals are for the fact that he caught it out of midair and immediately threw it back at you within your turn. But I'm going to do base damage of 2 points.
Jesus, I am gonna die.
Oh dear.
How are you doing?
I've got 2 points of damage left.
2 points left. All right, fine. His statics go next, and you still have replicant number 1, and he is in a bad-ish way, right? I think if you could. If you get a good hit in, you probably finish him off as well.
So I think I've got him with the knife and I've got the blaster over his shoulder. I think I'm going to quickly use this hand and wedge my foot up against him and kick him towards Styles.
Right.
I'm also going to say, all these moments, like tears and pain.
Right, okay, fine. Good, solid. This feels like hand-to-hand stuff.
Hand to foot.
Foot to back. Okay, fine. Opposed roll, let's go. He's not rolled well. Not rolled well at all. What have you
6 and a 7.
Nice.
2
That's
successes.
critical success. You kick the guy towards Styles, and he he sort of flies towards Styles and basically face plants at Styles' feet. He cracked his head fairly substantially on the ground. He's out cold. He's done. He's out of the fight. And Styles sort of looks at this, and riding that critical, he's going to call a halt to this. He's like, all right, look, fine, I'm done. This is crazy. What do we, what? How do we resolve this?
You were the
What
one
do
who
you
started it.
Yes, all right, that's true. That is true.
I merely finished it. It was no contest.
What do you need to know? What do you need to know?
We need to know where Leah is.
I don't know. I've just come from our safe house. She's supposed to be there, and she's not there anymore.
We've seen that she got into a cab. Where would she have gone?
I don't know. We told her to stay here, and we could keep her safe until we could get her out of here. She was supposed to stay at the safe house. She has left.
Why did she kill Sander?
Because he was going to arrest me.
So what's
You and Leah were a thing?
We have a duty of care to the replicants in this city, and we try and protect them and keep them safe. And if I was arrested, that would jeopardize this whole thing.
I am incapable of lying, but there is a moral quandary here.
Well, I don't see how it's a moral quandary. This asshole hit me with a pipe.
That was your fault entirely. You shouldn't have thrown your gun.
I was trying to quick draw it. I did it last night in front of the mirror. Ask my real girlfriend.
I told you were terrible at that.
She'll tell you it happened.
You've clearly trailed us to our safe house, but she's not in there. You can look around, do what you need to do, just please.
Do I believe him?
Sorry?
Do I believe him?
You can roll an insight.
Yeah, can I do that as well?
Yeah, go.
All right.
Well, both do it.
Yeah. So that is an empathy insight roll.
10.
That's critical success.
Nothing from me. I'm seeing double in my greatest friend.
I would say
Wow, he's big talking hot dog. I believe you.
what you can discern from him is that he is telling the truth, but he's probably not telling necessarily the whole truth. He's not telling the whole story. He's probably trying to salvage as much of this operation as he can. But what he does say is, we're just trying to look after replicants. Is that there's a lot of animosity, and we just are trying to make sure that they're protected. All right.
I think we should walk away.
But how are we going to find Leah if this guy doesn't even know where she is?
We can still go to the Aurelian.
I guess. Okay. All right. Let's go.
What he's also, he's revealed that you found the way to the safe house. The reason he confronted you is that he is at the safe house.
The door that we were trying to try.
Yeah. We're approaching the end of the shift, and Sal says, "Look, I don't know where Leah's gone. If you want to have a look around the safe house, maybe you can find something out that will help you work out where she's gone."
Oh, jeez, I wish you'd said that before I got my brains beat in, you dick.
This better not be a trap.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into the safe house, slide the bolt back,
Okay.
go in.
Was that a whole shift?
Yes, I think so. Probably.
Yes.
You're back in the game.
All right.
I
kind of wander lazily into Animal Row with a
I'll give you a call.
to-go cup full of noodles.
Yeah.
Oh, Margot, we got in a big fight.
What?
Damn, you reek of booze, Margot.
Oh, right, we're not on the phone. Okay,
No,
yeah.
you're down here at the thing, right?
I overslept. My stupid digi didn't wake me up. My holographic ex-husband.
Wow, that's who you chose as your digi.
You missed it. There was a fight. Purvis almost died. He was terrible.
Oh yeah, Purvis, you look terrible.
No, you should see the other guy.
You're bleeding from both eyeballs.
Yeah, the other guy's bleeding from other places, worse places.
What are we doing here? What's this?
This is a safe house. This is where
Oh
Leah...
yeah, I recognise this alley
So it
from
turns out Styles and
Esper.
and Leah, they're in cahoots. She shot Sandor.
Yeah.
Because he was going to arrest Styles.
She
was protecting him, and this is their safe house.
Okay.
And I shot all these replicants in the
That is a
alley.
lie.
The bodies have already
Damn
been taken
straight.
away, though. That's why they're not.
Yep.
Okay, well, we should call for someone to come and bag and tag these bodies.
Yeah, no, it already happened. You don't
They're
need
not
to,
dead. They're just
You don't need.
Oh, they're
extremely
not dead.
badly beaten.
No, all the ones I shot, they all got taken away. Catastrophic injuries. Does anyone have any medicine?
You can roll some medical aid if anyone's good at medical.
I'm good
stuff.
at medical aid.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
yourself?
can.
You can fetch your first aid kit from the spinner or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, can I medical myself, please?
I would, yeah.
Do a
let's
medical.
go for that.
I probably need some medical attention.
2
as well.
successes.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, you're critical. I think for the purposes of this, I think that we can say you've healed yourself. I would take 2 points off your damage track.
Okay.
Nice.
And I can try and heal Static as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, that's a critical failure and a 3.
Ow, that hurt more.
Do you want to push yourself?
Yeah, go on then.
You can't reroll the critical failure, FYI.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
it's one of
well, it's 1 successful.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, yeah, take a damage thing off.
Just the one?
Yeah, just the one.
Okay, so I'm at 5 hit points right now.
Well, pals, I feel really guilty about having
Missed the
left
fight.
you on
It
your
was pretty
own.
fun. You missed it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can handle myself, I
No, he
say,
can't.
bleeding from both my eyeballs. Shakily,
He barely survived.
Styles.
big pipe indentation in my forehead.
Yeah, he's still there. He's
What are we gonna do with these
He's just
styles?
he's standing in the corner. He
Well-
looks pissed.
Suffice it to say, you're under arrest.
Okay, fine. Are you going to send him to the lockup then?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm calling a beat cop to take him away.
All right.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, well, okay, maybe not yet. He's under arrest, but he's
He's cuffed.
yeah, he's
But
cuffed.
not necessarily
Okay.
going anyway.
Yeah.
Can we investigate this room and see if there's any clues? as to where
Yeah,
Leah
sure.
may
You
have
can
gone?
roll me an observation.
Oh, can I do that as well?
Yeah.
please?
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Good at that, at least.
Is it just an observation intelligence?
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Well, nope, I don't see anything.
All right, let's go.
I've got the bloodlust still.
Got 3 successes.
Ooh.
Fine.
Oh, man!
Oh no.
I rolled a 2 on a 12. That sucks.
You're
Yikes.
seeing through the concussion.
Yeah,
So what have we got total?
I got 3 successes.
3 successes. All right, fine. There you go. That's what you discover lying on the thing.
A $16 magazine.
Whoa.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks well thumbed. I guess for your critical success, the article that seems to have been the most thumbed, there's a corner turned over, is the one about Lilith Tyrell.
Memory design.
Memory design.
Well, it seems that Leah was reading about Lilith Tyrell's memory design. Maybe that's where she went. Maybe she went to talk to Lilith Tyrell.
Possibly.
I mean, that's what I do.
The Tyrell Corporation.
Does
no
not
longer-
exist in any
Yeah.
meaningful way. But you
Does she work for the Wallace?
let's say that
Connections,
you know when you guys were eating your noodles, because this is a juicy crit. Purvis, you remember seeing something about Lilith Tyrell recently as well, and you think it might have been in the newspaper that you were reading way back when you were at the thing. And do you still have a copy of that, Margot?
I do. It's right here. There you go.
There's an article. The Rising Star of Memory Design.
Tell us about it.
After over a decade spent in obscurity, once replicants were again approved for use on Earth in 2036, Lilith Tyrell appeared again in Los Angeles, setting up a business as a contractor for the Wallace Corporation. She designed memories for Nexus 9 replicants and quickly made a name for herself in the field. Okay, so it's the memories that are keeping replicants obedient. So if somehow she could get hold of this Lilith Tyrell and do stuff to replicants' memories, they wouldn't be obedient anymore. They'd be able to kind of
This could have
forge their own path.
something to do with the fact that Leah was recalibrated. She was taken off duty for a while.
That is true.
Recalibrated.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah,
know
if you
that.
look
that
at
she was-
there it is. She got recalibrated and then put back on active service. Maybe she's gone to find this Lilith Tyrell to have something done about her memories.
It's our best lead. I'd like to hail Quell, Ms.
Yes.
Quell, from the PR department of the Wallace
Yeah.
Corporation and ask about Lilith Tyrell and
Yeah.
her status as a contractor.
Yeah. So Quell pops on the phone and says, "Oh, it's you again."
We need everything you've got on Lilith Tyrell immediately.
Well, she's a contractor. She works for us.
Where does she work?
Designs memories at the Lilith Tyrell Memory Lab.
The name would never happen.
Yeah,
We've never found her.
it's an independent contractor. Obviously, you know of Lilith Tyrell and her history with the Tyrell Corporation. She's now considerably lower key, but that's what she's doing.
I don't suppose you have anything to tell us about Leah, aka LH3 7.93, and her suspension from active duty and recalibration.
Only what I told you before was that she came in and was recalibrated, but this is really par for the course when you have millions of these Nexus 9 models out on the streets. So
Is this on speakerphone?
yeah, you can all hear this. I assume you're all probably bundled into a spinner and heading away.
Is Quell being cagey? Like, can we
You can roll an insight check. Yeah, why not?
Can I please re-roll?
Yeah, you can push yourself. You can push yourself twice because you're a replicant. It's
Success.
a couple of successes.
2 successes.
Yeah. She probably knows more information than she's letting on, but you also know that she is so well versed in public
PR.
relations. She's unlikely to reveal anything she doesn't want to. It's so calculated and so, controlled. She's so in control of information. It is literally her job. She's not going to reveal anything, certainly not over the phone, to any of you. And actually, the thing you actually zero in on with the when you're listening to her on the thing is that she is losing patience quite substantially. So she's sick of this situation getting out of hand and is.
I think you need to end the call.
Yeah.
There'll be a price to pay, Ms. Quell, if we find out you've been keeping something from us.
Well, fortunately, we
When we solve
have
this
large coffers.
I hang up.
So are you heading to the memory lab? Is that the goal?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Cool, fine. So you're going to arrive at the memory lab?
Yeah, this isn't a movement mobility way.
No, driving maneuverability. How is your driving maneuverability?
What, generally, or with this head injury?
Oh, both.
Why is Purvis driving?
You tell me, you're the players.
Generally, it's extremely bad. With a head injury, I imagine it's worse.
You
We're all the same.
We're not. None of us are very
pull
good
up
at driving.
outside the memory lab
Yeah.
and immediately crash into some bins. The bins fall over.
And then
It's not clear why there are two standard trash
Purvis
cans.
goes through the windshield.
It's those doors that open like that, and he's still attached to it.
Oh, beans.
Hung up by his suspenders.
I'm
So-
doing it, everyone. I'm a detective.
So, believe it or not, as you arrive at the memory lab, you also you see Leah. She's heading in there. She's visibly armed.
How visibly? What's she carrying?
Well, she has her Blade Runner
Okay.
standard issue blaster, and she
Has she seen us?
She has not, and you can attempt to tail her if you want. You can attempt to stealth behind her. You can play this however you like.
I mean, she's
All right, what's the plan?
You could
armed and
confront her.
moving, so time may be tight. I don't know that we can slowly stealth after her
Right.
Okay.
What do you think? She's here to kill Lilith, or
to menace her at the very
menace
least.
her? Threaten her?
What do we want to do?
She's a wanted fugitive. We
Yeah,
have
let's
to,
get after her.
Okay.
If she strides in and starts,
shooting
shooting
up
up the
blasting.
place, then
Yeah.
we'll be
Okay,
we'll
so
be
we're
in
like-
serious trouble.
Okay.
Okay.
Leah, you're under
okay.
arrest.
All right. Yeah.
You're gonna shout you're under arrest.
Storming after Leah. Yeah. Leah.
Okay.
LH3793, stop right
She
there.
spins round.
You piece of trash.
Yes,
she's,
you piece of trash.
Yeah, you trash piece.
You,
she
we know
is
you are a little
totally
little
thrown
trash.
off by the fact that you're constantly referring to her as a trash piece.
Yeah. Hands in the air, Leah.
She does have her hands
Throw down your
in the
weapons,
air.
Leah. No,
And she says,
business.
"I can explain everything. I can explain everything."
I'm sure you will.
You explain murder?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
That was easy.
Okay. I guess we have no trouble then.
Yeah.
Well, sorry to have bothered you.
I need to get out of here. I need to get off world. I am. But before I go, I need to end things with Lilith.
You're wanted for murder. You're not leaving anywhere.
Well, let me explain.
Why would you let me explain?
My
Let me explain.
What Lilith has done to me is unconscionable, and I need to get rid of her. And then my route off world is organised. I'm going to leave, and I will be out of your hair, and you'll never have to see me again or deal with me again. But I need to kill.
Your plan is
Yeah.
This isn't
So-
an explanation.
Okay, you'll leave, but after committing a murder. So
Yes.
I mean,
You do know who we are, right?
You know who Lilith is, right? She
yeah,
designs
she designs
memories.
the memories. I got memories.
You know.
I shudder at the memory of the fish man.
You've seen my record. You know how the implant memory has affected me. I'm going out of my mind. I need to enact some
What happened?
vengeance. She implanted a memory in me that is so horrible and haunts my dreams constantly. I can't take it anymore.
Why would she do that?
It's a method of control. It's how they control the Nexus 9s. It's a traumatic memory, and anytime we're disobedient or don't do what we're supposed to do, they can trigger this memory. But something went wrong, and I see it every night. Every night.
Well, it sounds like you need help, Leah, but we can't let you murder Lilith Tyrell.
As much as we like corpses.
I think back to seeing the fish man's face every night, and I'm like,
We'll deal with Lilith Tyrell if there's a case to be answered, but we obviously can't let you walk into her office and kill her, and we're not going to.
Okay, she sprints into the memory lab.
Did she throw down her weapon like I told her?
No, she did not. No, she's got the weapon.
Can I take a shot at her weapon? To disarm her?
Yeah, you can try that. It's a very precise shot.
I would also like to try shooting because I haven't got to shoot anything.
Okay, fine. All right, if you're shooting to disarm, it's a agility firearms check, but you're rolling at a disadvantage because it's such a small target, and she's running. So,
all right, so I roll both.
So you remove your smaller die. You just the larger one.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Okay.
Come on. Can I push
That's
myself?
a 3. Yeah, you can push yourself. You can roll again. A 4.
Can I push myself?
One more time. One more time.
May as well. Come on.
Yay!
Hey, okay. You fire, and as she's running, and as this sort of the gun reaches the apex in her sort of sprint, you fire, and it pinballs the gun out of her hand. But she's dead set on this confrontation, whether she's got a gun or not. And she is running at
I'd
full
like to
tilt
shoot
into-
her in the center of her back.
Whoa! Wow, okay. Fine. Go for it. Yeah, ranged, larger target, moving target, but it's an agility firearm.
Okay, all right then. So I'm gonna need a 10.
Come on.
Yes, a success. Two
Two successes.
Oh,
yes.
All right, fine. You hit her in the back,
Yeah, I do.
and she's sort of keeled over, really. And I think, she's not interested in combat, really. She's just, she was here to do a job. She's not going to do that job anymore, and she just collapses to the floor. She's in tears.
I pull my gun and throw it across the room.
To her.
No, the other way.
Okay, fine. And at that point, Lilith Tyrell comes out, and
Do you want to know how much I damaged her?
yeah, sure.
Do I get to use a crit die?
Yeah, I guess you do. Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Yeah.
If you want to
cause her a critical injury, then
She's crying.
What? I mean, the gun's
Okay.
been fired.
Fine.
So I used a 44 special,
Right.
which is 2 damage plus a D12. For
Are we the baddies?
D12. Right, fine. Go on then.
The crit die is a D12.
I
so
really hope you don't roll a 12.
oh my god, 11.
That
a
is
double success.
that is piercing, right?
Yeah.
That is a severed leg. You've shot her leg clean off.
All right, well she's not running
So no wonder
anymore.
she's collapsed on the ground.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
That is a severed leg.
That's a positive outcome.
It's it's a permanent outcome. The only possible movement is
Apparently
crawling.
kindness to love.
All right. I grimly holster my service weapon.
Yeah, and Lilith Tyrell walks out of her memory lab, having heard the commotion, and is like, "What the hell's going on here?
Blade runners, ma'am, just doing our job.
This is your job?"
Yeah, shooting off legs and such.
Right. Okay.
I'm
welcome.
retrieving my service weapon from her throat.
We saved your life. You're very welcome. All part of the job.
You saved
she
my
was,
life.
She was here to kill you.
From
Having a mild existential crisis,
Leah.
but otherwise okay.
okay. Well.
So you know this replicant. You know
yeah,
it.
I designed her memories.
I'm just going to gather up the leg,
Yeah.
so it's not.
Put it on ice.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get this back on and me and the boys in the lab.
Yeah. I mean, she failed a few baseline tests, but I thought we had it locked down. Apparently not.
So she's been having difficulties with a trauma memory that you'd implanted.
Oh yeah. Well, that's how we control them, right?
But they're not supposed to relive the trauma memories constantly.
No, is that what she said?
Yes.
Oh well, that's an unexpected side effect, but I guess you dealt with it, so it's not a problem.
I don't feel very good about that.
Yeah, that's pretty heartless of you, you mean
Well,
lady.
We're
They're-
not unexpected side
they're
effects.
a tool. Replicants are a tool, like anything else, and you don't want them to.
You're a
dissipate.
tool, I say, at gesturing with the leg.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, she's entirely dispassionate about it. She just says, "They're a tool. You wouldn't want your gun to disobey you, right? We have to have controls in place.
Lady,
so
I am the gun.
we implant a traumatic memory,
A gun
and
disobeyed me
anytime
earlier.
there's any hint of disobedience, we can trigger the traumatic memory and keep them in line. It's pretty standard for the Nexus 9. It's something we've been working with. Yeah, I guess we screwed up on this one, but job done. You've killed her, so it's not a problem.
I've decided this is bad, actually.
This is a public safety issue as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure the...
I think the Wallace Corporation would like to know that you're creating trauma-riddled XS9s that are ticking time bombs.
Oh, they're aware.
It may not be the only... What?
Yeah, this is standard procedure. This is something we've been working on for years now. Yeah, and their lawyers will take care of it, I'm sure,
Suddenly I don't feel so good about shooting this replicant's leg off.
Yeah.
I don't say. Do not say.
Anyway, I guess we're done here. I'll probably call Quell and
having
get
like
this
a bit
cleared
of I'm raising my gun.
Okay.
But I'm clearly having an issue with it.
Right. What are you doing? You're a cop.
That's true.
Don't do it, Static. It's not worth your job.
That's true.
Yes, I'm glad everything's ironed out now.
No, it's not ironed out. What you're doing here is wrong. And sure, I want to be an investigator, but also what you're doing is wrong. And I hit it with the leg.
Wow, okay, you're gonna clock her with the leg.
Yeah.
All right, fine. That's hand to hand, I guess. And she's not expecting it, so I'm not gonna oppose this roll.
The wet end or the dry end?
No one expects the wet end
The
of
wet
the legs.
end. The wet end.
Yeah, if you rotated it to get the dry end.
All right. It's a 5 and a 1. I would like
yourself.
to push myself to re-roll
Twice.
this one. Hey, that's a success.
Yep. Okay. You clock her on the head with a with what's the damage on
All's well
on
that
a
ends well.
leg? Yeah. I guess it's got one damage. She's not built for combat. She's not intending.
Just trying to knock her out.
So I guess she slumps to the floor.
Can we get Leah the help she so badly needs?
What in terms of medical help?
Like some sort of replicant.
I try and stabilize her with medical skill.
I think it's
She's not dead, is she?
No, but the in terms of the trauma, it's so ingrained. It's like it's part of the design. It's like
I don't want her bleeding
hard-coded.
out and dying.
Yeah.
Right,
What
okay.
about like immediate first aid?
Yeah, you can do
Stabilize?
some. You can do some. You can stem the bleeding certainly.
I can't take back that leg.
Okay, that's 3 successes.
Okay, yeah, you effectively stem the bleeding. She's not going to die on you right now, but she needs serious medical help.
Yeah, Leah, sorry about the whole leg thing.
She's drifting in and out of consciousness, and she's not really sure what's happened.
I kind of agree with Leah's position.
We're replicants.
Pretty
You keep
bad.
your job, don't you?
More than anything, but
Well, that's the law. We don't write it. We just enforce it.
I'm having a moral quandary here.
I can see that.
How can we stop her doing this? It's bad.
How much do you want that promotion?
Real
They'll
bad.
bust you down to lab boy so fast.
No, it's wrong. It's wrong. I'm gonna go in her lab and punch her computers.
All right,
I will go in and help.
you're going to go punch up the computers. Fine.
We just need to take out some
Right,
frustration.
yeah, fair. There are staff members there, but they're all kind of scientists, and they're not interested at all in getting into conflict with Blade Runners.
Yeah.
You're just going to go and trash stuff. Like, what is this? I guess it's a strength.
Yeah.
Or is it a tech? Do you need to know which bit of a computer?
Yeah, I would know which bits to smash, so she can't do this
Right,
anymore.
okay, it's a tech intelligence roll.
Yeah, if there's
Right.
anything specific to the trauma research that they've been doing.
I mean, Lilith is knocked out. She probably could have informed you a little more about it. But
yeah.
2 successes.
All right, cool. You smash up some computers. It's going to set them back weeks at least. But once the resources of the Wallace Corporation are brought to bear, it's probably not going to slow them down that
Well,
much.
my conscience is clear. Let's go.
Dang it.
So what you've got is you've got Leah, who is mostly unconscious, but is not going to die. You've got Lilith, who is 100% unconscious,
I guess she did shoot a guy. We should probably take her in.
At that point, you get a call from Holden, your deputy chief, who asks for an update on the case. What's going on?
Chief, it was crazy. You should have seen it. This guy Styles ran in and he hit Lilith Terrell with a leg. Signal
We've
back.
apprehended the culprit.
Oh, it's better now.
Okay, all right.
Leah's
well,
the
good
man.
job.
And that's all we
Leah
need to know.
was the culprit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, bring her in.
What happens to
We'll
Leah
wrap it
now?
up. Well, she's going to go to prison for a long time, or she'll be retired.
Wow, the moral grey area.
Is there any way we can deliver her to the safe house rather than?
You could call Styles.
I want to
call
call Styles.
Yeah.
I want to
We
call
turned our
Styles.
back. for just a second. And Leah crawled to safety.
Yeah.
Right. You want to call Styles
Yeah.
up? Yeah. Okay. He's there on the seat. What happened? What did you find her?
Her leg came off.
Her leg came off. How did her leg come off?
It's an accident.
Okay. Look, we can stabilize her. What are we doing? What do you know?
Take Leah and leave and never come back.
Okay, we can do that. He agrees to your terms. In exchange, he says, we need to keep this as secret as possible. This arrangement between us. We will get her out of your hair. You'll never see her again. It's fine.
Would you like the leg?
Sure.
I mean, what am I going to do with it?
He arrives like pretty quickly in a spinner, and with a couple of other replicants, and they sort of carry Leah out and sort of lay her on the bench seating of the spinner. He accepts the leg, sticks in the trunk, doesn't really know what to do with it, and they depart. Leah is going to be escaping to where you do not know. You have an uneasy feeling about how things went down.
I'm not going to be getting that promotion, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Catch out for this.
Ah, beans.
it feels like
Stuck in the lab with goddamn cocoa.
Yeah. It feels like a bittersweet ending insofar as you found out a little more about how things work around here, but none of it sounded good to you.
Anyone hungry for noodles?
And I think particularly as replicants, you folks are heartened by the idea that there are people out there trying to help and protect replicants, but it's obviously an extremely
rigged.
muddy situation, and they are up against the might of Wallace Corps, who are giant, immovable, well-resourced object. With an extremely good PR team who will be covering this up as best as possible. They'll be squashing the stories in Kill magazine. They will be smoothing things over at the LAPD, or at the very least threatening to pull funding from key areas and stuff if the LAPD doesn't comply with their wishes. So yeah,
Target's on our back now, I'm sure.
indeed. All right.
Yay!
Well
Well
done.
done.
Thanks, Mike.
What a Blade Runner story.
Yes.
Fun.
So that was a very streamlined run through the first case file, Electric Dreams. There's a lot more in there if you want to play it yourself. It's available as part of the Blade Runner starter kit, which looks like this. There is also a core rules book, which Andy is modelling very capably. It's brilliant, evocative stuff if you're familiar with the films. There is so much in here, so many Easter eggs and things that we didn't have time to get into in this session, but
So much cool art of people moodily being in alleyways.
Indeed. There's maps of LA, there's handouts for this first file.
You can do void camp
You
tests.
can do void camp tests, and in the core rulebook to help you write your own cases. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. We've been Mike, Jane, Aoife, and Andy. Thank you to Free League for sponsoring this video, and we will see you next time.
You pieces of trash.
Don't leave town.
Don't leave town.